the stand-in or something.
Yeah.
The king.
Like,
no, I was thinking more of that one stunt double you never really see that's in the back or something. Maybe
it was like that guy who was in the Beatles and then left, and then before that famous. Yeah, pretty much. So Knaerwood itself in the basically a free bin. Shots, Gwen. Fucking shots from Gwen there. Damn.
Oh, man.
Who said
It's
that?
absolutely savage from Gwen.
Free bin.
Yeah. Damn, girl, that is some shade. So Knaerwood is central in the continent. It's a free city. All peoples can live here. It's much more diverse than any of the cities which we've seen in the previous 2 seasons of the West Marches. Because this is technically season 3, episode 9. But like I say, you don't need to watch any of them to make sense of what's going to be going on tonight, because it's just going to be madness, essentially.
You wouldn't be able to anyway.
You literally wouldn't be able to understand some of the shit which has happened on this show. And it's made out of Knaerwood, which is this black, versatile magic wood, which every time we describe it at the beginning gets many, many kicks due to the curvature of the wood. It's very easy to, very supple. And also resistant to fire and a lot of magic, and so all of Knaerwood is made out of this Knaerwood, which grows nearby. Recent events in Knaerwood include that there has been a river of oozes almost taking all of Knaerwood away, but has managed to be stopped by a hearty group of adventurers. An octokraken down in Imperial Bay was discovered and then defeated by another hearty group of adventurers, although reports are that there was also baby octokraken starting to spread down in that area as well. But Bjorn the Bear, as he's known, a giant half-orc, kind of 50, balding, but he's got this kind of big grey beard. He has formed the Knaerwood Knaves, which are a group of people who are adventurers, essentially, and it's a kind of play on words because everyone thinks Bjorn's a bad guy, but actually Bjorn just tries to do the best that he can and help everyone out. However, the adventurers sent on these tasks don't always do the exact kind of way. They don't go about it the same way that he'd like them to, because, you know, sometimes a lot of people get killed, and Bjorn would prefer there to be not too much death involved, but there you have it. So yep, the YouTube is here, chaps. There you go. Yeah, we start our adventure here today with a call from Bjorn. I'm hearing a really weird noise, by the way. I don't know if that's just me.
Yeah, so.
Has someone got some weird kind of like a bug or something? It sounds really weird.
Yeah, sounds like a cricket.
Yeah, I think Dave maybe have like a cricket nearby or something. It's really weird.
What? Really?
It's gone now. It's gone now. I don't know. It was just like a weird little chubby thing, and I was like, hang on.
A little chubby.
A little chubby, if you know what I mean. Anyways, this we've gone. Yeah, sometimes there's illegal Mosawana plantations, such as last episode on the Woes of Knaerwood, where Mosawana grower Mike's character Balasar, there was giant house-eating termites who killed people, and they had to stop these termites. They ended up finding Termite Bill, he could actually speak to termites. And he had a termite clan. He managed to convince the termite army that Pun Exotowani Tasani had followed. Welcome, my friend. That is not an easy name, but welcome to the adventure. You are a gentleman and a scholar at the same time. It's very impressive. They managed to convince him to kind of lead the army and attack one of their enemies, who was a captain of the guard who had been trying to press gang them because they had some illegal marijuana around, which they weren't allowed to. So that's about where we ended off, but today's episode is going to be a little different, as always. And so as we begin, each of you have been contacted by Bjorn the Bear in some respect. Obviously, Brian Vell has been previously contacted by him several times, and you performed several successful adventures for him, and so he knows that he can trust you. But you guys, you're new in town, maybe you could also have been in Knaerwood for a while. It's up to you to decide. It doesn't really matter. But he has contacted you because he's heard on the grapevine that you might be useful for an adventure, and a lot of his previous adventures are in PTSD from the past escapades that he's on. So Dresny this week is actually, he's gone out to find this scarred man. And Dresny has been, Dresny's got some serious issues at this point. 9 episodes in, and Dresny has got some serious psychological issues. His therapist has been trying to deal with them, but he feels like the only way that he can do anything is if he leaves Knaerwood itself and goes hunting for this scarred man. And of course, basically every week there's been like a bit of foreshadowing, a bit of a hint that the scarred man has been behind these attacks. Whatever it is, whether it's the Octo-Kraken, whether it's the River of Oozes, whether it's being sent to hell, the scarred man has played a small hand, or perhaps a larger one than we know, in each and every one of these escapades. So you guys have been contacted by Bjorn because no doubt there's another problem popping up. And just before we begin to dive into this game properly and get to know your characters a little bit better, if you haven't followed, then do. We're just 2 followers away from a viewer decision. Which means that you guys get to decide anything which happens in our game, and in fact I'll go so far as this one, you get to decide, as per last week in fact, you guys get to decide exactly what the nature of the threat is in Knaerwood. And so you guys can decide, River of Oozes, house-eating termites, whatever it is that these guys have to deal with, I will roll with it. These guys will have to roll with it, and we'll see what happens. So also, if you haven't tweeted, I need to change the tweet thing to set it to the Woes of Knaerwood. And at 25 retweets, once I change it, we will also have another viewer decision. So there's all sorts of madness that can go down in this adventure. We've already had 8 retweets, which is great stuff. So I'll set that there, and now if you do tweet, you can find it. So let's go around, and as we begin the adventure, you're going to have been contacted by Bjorn, and you're going to be in his hut. And his hut's just a small, pretty modest little hut made out of this dark Knaerwood. And you see Bjorn inside, sitting at his desk, lots of papers everywhere, kind of maps, lots of warrants for Octo-Krakens out, and also lots of different notices up about different problems which have been going on. And he's like ticked them off if he's done them, or crossed them off if he hasn't. So as you guys walk in, let's get some visual descriptions of what you guys look like. So James, what does Russell, the gnome ranger, look like?
So yeah, Russell is he's a gnome, so he's about like 2 feet tall, maybe slightly taller. It doesn't make any difference. He's very, very small. He's got a very small amount of facial hair. He's quite young. He's like 42 or something. He's quite young for a gnome. Yeah. So he's got the world's most pathetic amount of facial hair, not based on anything at all. Of course not. He's got like greenish hair, although you can't really tell whether it's his natural because it's kind of like patchy in shades. Right. But yeah, it's kind of greenish, very, very short. You can't really tell if it's dirt or his natural hair color. And he's wearing, he's wearing studded leather, ethically sourced studded leather. Ethically sourced. He's a level 5 vegan.
Wow.
And he's pretty much in very much dark colors, generic ranger things. Because he's a ranger, he spends lots of time in the forest.
A ranger from the north.
He also has a collection of finger bones tied to his belt, and his pet fox Wordsworth at his side.
Nice. Alright then, so Brian, remind us, what does Vel look like?
Well, I mean, he is a half-elf, a little bit tall. His two eyes are just a little bit different. He's got left eye is red, right eye is blue. Kind of a little bit long black hair. The length of it is, kind of normal elfish length of hair and whatnot. He's wearing his usual ranger garbs and everything, and plus his little trophy. That's the wolf fur cloak and whatnot that's on his back. So I guess you could say he's a little bit looking like a little bit of a ranger, but he also has that bounty hunter-ish look on him.
Gotcha. Okay. And finally, Dave, what does your guy Bullax look like?
Oh my god, I love that name.
I forgot about Bullax, man.
He goes by Ball. But yeah, he has a long cloak that covers his backside because he's missing his tail, which is a very big sore spot for him, which is part of the reason why he kind of left society for a while.
Gotcha.
His hair is like tufts of like bluish kind of thing, but like almost feels like he is going bald, but like he's trying to gather it in certain places to make it seem like he's very full haired. It's kind of like a comb over, but like not quite like the standard comb over. And he's just kind of like a little hunched over because he's kind of hermity, and he doesn't really react to normal society situations because he hasn't been in society for a while. So he acts very differently than normal people would.
He likes to stay in his ball.
Yeah.
Ow.
Well, it's started off how we intend to continue, I suppose.
Terrible.
It was I will reiterate, it was totally not even intended. Just a happy accident that that's what his name was.
There are no mistakes, only happy little accidents. In fact,
Bob.
yeah. In fact, the puns have actually improved with Josh not here on the show. Like they are so much better. What's up, Ztaz? Good to see him around. James, you might actually remember Ztaz from ages ago. Like Ztaz has been around for fun.
Yeah, no, I remember him from the 12-hour stream.
Yeah.
Slash 14 hours.
Yeah.
Based Z-test.
Yeah, and in fact, we've got another 12-hour stream this Saturday, and James, you're going to be joining me for that for a 12-hour Warhammer game.
The entire fucking thing.
Yep. SOS.
And you volunteered for it. No, I don't know.
It is what for up. My body's ready.
Yeah. So you guys, these odd bunch of travellers, kind of head on in to Bjorn's hut, and he says, "Welcome. How are you, Vel? Good to see you."
What's going on, Bjorn? And Vel's gonna real quickly take a quick look around because, like, Bjorn, Bismarck hasn't been around, has he?
Yes, he was here just on Monday, in fact.
Okay, because I heard from a little bird that he was looking for me and some of the others because of a bit of a misunderstanding that happened.
Yes,
during
what happened between you, the group of you?
Vel's gonna like take a moment to try and think of how to properly word this. And gonna be like, well, there was just a little bit of an incident where he got very wet. Not in that sense, but he kept on falling. Well, he kept on falling into the water, and at that point, Vel just looks away, trying not to smirk. He's hiding that smirk of he knows what he and everybody had done, but
I tell you what, if I see him, I'll let him know. In fact, I must tell him next time I see him that I saw you, because you keep turning up on different times. He seemed, after last I met, to have been calmed down about it. In fact, he didn't even ask after you. He seemed like he'd forgotten the whole thing.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
So I'm not entirely sure, but I'll leave this.
Bismarck is the doctor, right?
Bismarck, he's the guy with the flute. He's Claude's character. Levy's a doctor or such?
No, who's...
The doctor is Josh's character. He's Dresney's therapist. Yeah, he plays... I forgot his name now. Howard Waits is the
that's
doctor.
what I was, okay.
Yeah. So Josh has gone so meta as to create a character Dresney, give him PTSD, and then create his therapist as a PC to give therapy to his other character.
Josh builds the world for his own character.
He does, yeah.
He does.
As he says, "Be that as it may, gentlemen, it's good to see you, Rustler.
Russell, I'm here about the flyer. I hold up the flyer that I got.
Oh yes. Oh good. I'm glad to see that those were circulated properly. That's very good. We used some government money to send out 9,000 flyer to every home around Knaerwood. It costs around 9,000 gold or something.
Yeah,
like
totally
that.
worth the expense.
It's just so that we know, everyone knows that we believe that.
Yep.
So, Russell, what are your skills? Knaerwood safety is very important. So, lie. I mean, I heard great things about you.
I mostly function as a hunter of the undead. In the
That could come in useful, actually.
and
Because
well,
there
Wordsworth
are-
here, he's a mean tracker. I give him a little. Wordsworth does not understand.
Is your fox like as tall as you?
Oh mate, he's pretty like waist height. He like
Oh.
carries some of my stuff. He carries my bow for me and things.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Okay. What's up, Irving? And
oh, and I can cook something fierce.
okay, well, shouldn't need too much cooking, but that undead talent might come in useful. Bullsack, how are you, my friend? He sends puts out a hand.
He just kind of like glares really intently at Bjorn, and then kind of like walks away a little bit.
What a great name.
Still, well,
And then he turns around and he's like, oh, sorry, were you talking to me? I don't recognize, not my name.
Balzac.
oh, sorry, I thought. Oh no, yes, bull axe. Sorry, I always forget it's an axe, not a sack, in which your bulls are held. Very well.
That's right.
Excellent. Now then, so.
Killing me here.
As I said, there might be a problem with the undead, which you might be actually particularly useful with, Russell. In fact, there has been whispers of a coven of witches.
Go on.
Undead witches?
Well, apparently they can tell the future, but they've been upsetting people and scaring them a lot, and, people are very upset when they hear about dark magic being cast, because apparently the magic that these witches are using is not ethically sourced. And then he looks at Russell pointedly.
It's very bit of mistake.
So,
Thumbs up.
so I'm thinking that it would be good for you to have a stern word with these ladies. Apparently, they're incredibly beautiful. And that's how they rile many people betwixt them.
Aaron, where did you say? And he starts dipping. Pulls out a little jar of poison and just starts dipping a few arrows in it.
I'm not sure that necessarily need to use any of that against them. I mean, I don't, as far as I know, they haven't cast any evil magic or intended to harm anyone. They've just been upsetting the neighborhood,
Ah, of course. And he carries on. He dips the next one in the... Looks at Wordsworth and keeps him
just to be clear, I don't really want these women killed.
Absolutely. And he gives him a wink.
No, I really don't want them killed. And you're like, I know, not killed.
And I look at with elbow Wordsworth, and I elbow the two tall people as well. I can just wink respectively to them. No killing at all. I string my
You
bow.
can't tell me that you want them killed, but you want them killed, right?
Okay.
Well,
Is there anyone named Dorothy around?
Dorothy?
Yeah. I feel like she might be quite apt handling witches.
Why?
I think Vilar in here is a friend of Dorothy. I give him a... Is that a slang in America?
What?
Friend of Dorothy, I don't
Don't worry, a friend of Dorothy. Carry on, Will.
You carry on. trying not to die here.
Carry on, indeed. Yes. Yeah, you
Wizard of
Say
Oz
Bjorn, say,
reference,
well-
right? Like we got that right.
I'm sorry.
Wizard of Oz reference, like that was understood.
Yes.
Okay, because I wasn't sure. I know Ronnie got it. We're just like James and Willie was just like.
Believe me, I got it. I'm trying not to die laughing here.
Anyway, we've all finished winking and nudging in every direction.
Yes.
Yes.
Go on.
Yes.
And
There's nothing
he
like
said-
honest work.
Yeah, and he said, well, they're located in the west side of town. You see, there was recently a termite, house-eating termite plague or army, and there are several disused houses which are kind of shelled out, which they've been using in amongst the rubble. So that's where you'll find them. I can mark it here on your map. He shows you the street name. What's up, Tom? Good to see you, my friend. It's been a while. So yeah, he says you shouldn't have too much trouble dealing with them. It's I'm sure it's just a small matter. I'm sure it couldn't possibly take you 3 hours.
No.
We're ready for the viewer decision.
No, of course. I mean, Vel looks over the map. It's only off Flying Monkey Avenue, so shouldn't be 3 hours.
Just for the purposes of rules, Will, am I do these witches count as undead for all my rolls and stuff?
Oh,
For,
you
like,
don't know even then.
Cool.
They might control undead.
Maybe.
They're the most wicked witches of the West.
Yeah, definitely.
They do
So-
sound pretty wicked.
He says, well, if there's anything else, I'll happily try and provide it, but I think you should have everything you need.
What's the pay?
500 gold per person upon completion of the task.
Is it ethically sourced?
Gold? Oh yes. I'm a non-profit organization.
It's not blood gold, right?
I blush and give him a loving look.
As I blush and give a loving look to Peterman145. Thanks for following. Welcome to the adventure.
Well,
My friend, you are a gentleman and a scholar. Thanks for following, man. Hashtag Twitch bitch. And thank you to Icy Bunny for following as well. You are also a gent and
Sounds
a
like
scholar. So
It's like a viewer decision.
that smells. Yes, indeed, like
What
a
is it?
viewer.
What do you smell?
Man flesh. And also viewer decisions happening. So that's good. So if you guys don't know what a viewer decision is, then it means that you guys get to decide anything.
No,
And
nothing
I
else.
do mean anything which happens in our game. So so they often see the witches, the wonderful witches of Knaerwood. So what happens next, guys? Underneath this line here in chat, we'll have a viewer decision, and be it to Gwen. So Gwen's going to take our suggestions. We'll throw them in a straw poll. The most popular one will happen. So be
I'd
sure
like to follow
to
the
vote.
Yellow Brick Road.
Yellow Brick Road. Okay, yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for
Oh, man.
2,900. We are just 100 away from 3,000 followers, which is pretty scary to think of. But it's pretty cool because we've got a 1 year event coming up very soon. We've got a 24-hour D&D stream, which is going to be a 1 year anniversary. Hot exclusives are going to be dropped about that on Saturdays.
I love a hot
On
exclusive.
Saturday's stream. So yeah, look out for more hot exclusives then. What are you guys doing, I guess?
I turn to the others and I say, Russell, pleased to meet you. And I reach up a hand.
For
I
Omragan.
pet his thoughts. I pet Woodsworth. And then I just walk out to the road.
Vel's gonna be a little respectful and reach out, shake his hand back, be like, Velorin, pleased to meet you. I will admit though, because of something I forgot in Vel's background, I'm gonna say he is going to look at your fox as if it is possibly lunch.
Oh,
I give him the least threatening look ever, and I skip away merrily.
Neville falls behind.
Etc. etc. So yeah, and I guess work out which way it is.
Sure. So you can start heading off to his place in town, but it's the other side of town, so it's a fair ways to travel. So once we continue to get these viewer decisions in, because they're going to affect the game fairly greatly, I can tell just by some of the suggestions. We're going to do some travel mechanic. We're just going to get from one side of the city to the other. So we're just going to do a couple of rounds of this. So if you guys have watched any kind of stuff, I'm actually writing up for an article on the site to put up on the website.
Well, without you fancy.
I am indeed. I own a website. Upon which Dungeons and Dragons things happen. So, if you haven't seen the travel mechanic, what we're going to do is we're going to go round in a circle. We'll just start with James, we'll go to Dave, and we'll go to Brian. And you guys are going to present me with a problem, or present the group with a problem that you run into whilst you're going through the city. Maybe it's some ruffians on the street corner. Maybe it's some natural disaster or some problem where you have to overcome. Maybe it's a merchant on the street who approaches you with some dodgy goods. Then once you've identified the problem, step 2 is how you're going to solve the problem. So you tell me how you're going to go attempt to solve this problem. And the third step is to roll an appropriate skill check. So for instance, if you run into some ruffians and you want to fight them, maybe it's an athletics check to kind of fight them or want to run away from them. If you're kind of sneaking through a place, and stealth check, etc, etc. So giving some stuff over to the players as the straw poll decision, stuff comes in. So go get voting, guys, on your.
Oh my god! Everyone vote for the fox increasing in size so I can ride it. Do it.
Oh god.
Valid.
Okay then. So we'll start with James because you've done this a few times before. Back in the day.
So many times.
Back in the day. So
Sunday, man. Game of Thrones time.
Yeah. With me and James are getting our old group back together. Me, Josh, James, and Beth are playing Game of Thrones. The game we started, the game we finished a year ago.
When we were 17.
Yeah.
Perfect age.
Perfect age.
So yeah. So this wouldn't really be a problem for many people in this world, but Russell is well, he hates the bourgeoisie. And unfortunately, as we're walking down, we'll say Baker Street. There's some saxophone playing in the background, and yeah. So we're walking down, and I see two nobles having an argument in the street, and Russell they're not really in earshot yet, but as we're walking towards them, it's clear that they're having a bit of a kerfuffle, and Russell smiles, turns to the group and says, "Oh my, I love bringing death to the bourgeoisie," and starts sneaking towards them with the intention of dropping the last of his little bit of pickpocketing him and dropping the last little bit of poison into this into his, what's it called? Into like his hip flask or whatever.
Okay. Or like
so I'll roll a stealth check for that.
Yeah, roll me a stealth check. So
Russell is a strong believer in redistribution of wealth.
Clearly.
Clearly.
There is always someone.
I got a 24.
Nice. There's always someone who. There's always something about swapping genders. Like someone in chat, or several people have like some unspoken of issues that they want to talk through. I think this is every single time there's a gender.
I think it would be quite.
Judgment.
I think it'd be quite an interesting sociological experiment. But,
or to ask random people in Twitch chat whether or not they'd like to swap genders.
Yes.
So that is a success on Russell. So Russell, exactly what happens? So you're going up to poison these bourgeoisie members.
Yeah. So I guess Wordsworth scoots off as a distraction. Maybe goes and maybe they've got like a carriage pulled up, and Wordsworth knows this drill. He's done it plenty of times.
Yeah.
He runs over and he jumps into the open carriage door and just starts tipping like silverware over and stuff.
All the baubles.
Yeah, all the baubles and trinkets. And as the nobles kind of notice this and turn around. Russell's like hot on their heels, sneaks up behind them, like pickpockets whatever stuff they've got on them, like cuts purses and whatever, and just empties the last little bit of his poison into the wineskins, and then just blends off into the crowd and checks out what he nicked.
All right then. So yeah, you've managed to redistribute some wealth.
How much wealth have I redistributed?
You found 50 gold, and
I hand it to the nearest peasant, the nearest beggar.
Yeah, more gold than they've ever seen.
And, I just throw it to him and say, "Vive la Revolution," and just kind of skip off down the road.
If it's a tie, do we get both? No, unfortunately, there is no ties in the world of viewer decisions. We must have a decider. So this one is for a deciding vote. Either vote magical virus or the witches are all men in drag. So
the fox is only tailing by one vote.
Tailing, get it. So everyone in chat gender swaps. I think that's what might be the real desire. So so Dwinick.
Yes.
What is your problem whilst you're going through the city?
Well, all of a sudden, I get this overwhelming urge to link arms with the other two people in our party, and we start to skip down the road. And Woodsworth is kind of jumping around in front of us, and we reach this fork in the road, and there's a cornfield with a scarecrow just being attacked by these giant crows, and I just can't handle that.
No.
So I gotta grab a stone, and I want to try to scare those scarecrows off. I mean those crows off.
Okay then. So go ahead, give me a roll.
Of what?
You decide what you mean. What are you going to be doing? You want to kind of intimidate them off? You want to kind of scare them off? Probably be an intimidation roll.
Sure, that would be better than the other thing I was thinking of. Sure.
20, pretty good. So yeah, you can describe to me how exactly you want to scare off these crows from this district.
Well, instead of actually throwing a stone, because I realize that I'm an idiot, I have magic. I decide to get my mage hand, and I just like go up and I start like punching the crows, and like trying to hit them away, and just kind of get up all in their business, and just and then at the end like creating some sort of like barrier with the hand around the scarecrow so they can't get it.
Alright then. Cool. So we actually do have a decision from the straw poll. A magic virus that forces people to swap genders. It spreads like a cold.
Oh, great.
And the only cure is deep within Knaerwood, made by a witch who may or may not be a trickster god. We'll get to that in just a moment. So Brian, you do your turn on the travel mechanic here.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're walking along, and of course, we're passing by, many different peasants. We do get. I pray to God that somebody gets this reference. The party will come across this one peasant who is a tall dragonborn, and he's not just wanting, just asking for gold. He's going up and he's asking for money because he needs some sort of operation, and he's asking everybody for 350. I pray to God somebody gets that reference.
You owe me 350.
Okay.
Yeah,
so he's coming up to the party, and I see that he's going to be asking for 350, because you can hear him loudly like, I need 350. Hey, can you give me 350? Can you give me 350?
Right. Yeah. I mean, what's Vel gonna do about this?
He's going to pull out his sword to kind of not like completely pull it out, but just like kind of in the intimidation way of just saying, "Don't get near me."
With just the tip.
Yeah. Let's see how well I do on this intimidation.
All right then, give an intimidation check.
God.
So an 8 is not so good. He doesn't feel very scared of you. Perhaps because at this very moment you feel very ill, and all of you sneeze at the same time. And as you guys sneeze, you look down at your bodies, and I think this has probably been on like every other straw poll for about a year on encounter. For a gender swapping one to actually happen, and tonight it has.
I feel like that's a Gwen thing.
Yeah, that could be a Gwen thing. We don't know enough about her. She seems suspicious. So she can't be trusted. So yeah, you guys look down at your bodies, and you are no longer gentlemen and scholars. You are gentle ladies and scholaresses, or scholarettes.
This is definitely, I would say,
boy.
Yeah. Vel is definitely going to be shocked and surprised on this. He's going to be looking around, feeling, kind of patting himself down or herself down now.
Patting herself.
You're just like really just justifying every single male stereotype of fraternity.
I mean,
I know.
I mean, it's a fair enough assumption
Anyway.
that anyone want to explore their body a bit.
I look around. Does this A, has this happened to Wordsworth, and B, has this happened to anyone else?
I want this to happen to Wordsworth. It's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you notice that Wordsworth sneezes. Is now a female. It's happening to other people in the street as well.
Oh boy.
Oh, in the street too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to offend half the population of the Earth, but I attempt to do a female voice.
No, you
I'm
could,
not
no,
gonna attempt
that's a
it.
good one right there, James. You got a good one.
Oh wow, fuck yourself.
That's really good. Actually. James is a voice actor.
I'm a professional voice actor, actually.
So am I. Well, I'm not professional, but
This is Doubtfire. Is that you?
Oh boy.
the same Mrs. Doubtfire, but oh Jesus.
Good lord. Do the voice. Do the voice.
Good.
It's a good thing I don't believe in binary gender roles. And I put on I quickly cut my hair into Tumblr. We should get to these witches, eh? I do not like this one bit.
Everyone says do the voice, do it, do the voice, do it, voices.
Oh boy.
It has been requested,
I mean,
and I am
don't know.
enforcing this upon us now. The will of chat
Okay, right.
has
there we go.
spoken. We will all
Okay.
do terrible female voices for...
Okay.
How
Yes, yes,
fascinating!
Onwards to the witches! Huzzah!
I did not think that Beyond would be serious about us not killing them, but now I really want to kill them.
Fascinating.
This is true
How does this
role-playing.
work? And Bal takes his like cape and kind of changes it into like a sarong to accentuate
still
his
Poleaxe?
new female curves. Because he got it, he's gonna flaunt it.
Wow.
Yeah, he's all for it. He's just like, I don't know what's going on, but science, and just like, yeah, he gets this wrong and like tries to create some sort of bodice to like get his boobs kind of pushed up, like a corset, and
There's a lot of
boom.
exclamation mark quotes from this, isn't
and then just walks down the street and just like, yep, owning it.
What
Look
are
at it
people
go.
around us doing as we're like rushing down the street?
Yeah, I mean, it's similarly everyone's like, what the hell?
Everyone mysteriously disappears into their homes.
And then everyone's like, oh, and then they're like checking out their neighbours. You know, it's like, you look really good in that.
It's just
Yeah,
immediately.
thanks. You look really good in that too. And yeah, you look really good in that, sweetheart. There's some you can't explain it. There's no explanation as to what has happened to these people here. But clearly, this is not natural. And in fact, yeah, the armor has. the armor has turned into like a Korean MMO armor. So you are, you know, fittingly your armor still works, but it's, you know, kind of like formed around boobs somehow.
Does that increase our armor class? Because I'm sure that's like that's
It's plus
the oldest.
17.
The oldest. Plus 17. Okay.
Plus 17 to all checks ever.
Plus 17 to all checks ever. Okay, I got it.
Yep.
Yeah. Are we nearly at the witches then? As we're like very quickly walking down the street. I imagine Wordsworth is having some confusing feelings too.
Yeah, Wordsworth is, you know, no longer doing that thing where it humps your legs sometimes. Dogs do.
Yeah, I just realized something that I'm probably going to regret, but if our clothes have changed, does that also mean our shoes as well? Like, does one or two of us, instead of having our normal boots, they have like kind of those high heelish boots or something?
No, I mean, like, you're still wearing like adventurers, you know, gear, so you know, it's
It'd be totally impractical to have high heel boots. Come on.
yeah, no adventurers go out of high heels. They wear flats, girls. Come on.
I'm wearing ethically sourced foot wraps anyway, so pretty agenda.
They're just two burritos wrapped around your feet.
Ethically sourced, okay.
Your bean burritos, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're the wraps that you're talking about. So yeah, you guys heading down the street towards the like the witch's house. Blimey, it's been an hour. So yeah, you
I don't know whether to attempt a serious female accent or just to do the little written
I
one.
wasn't serious, really.
That's how Sophie sounds. You haven't met her yet. That's how she talks.
Okay. Thank you so much to Skagger, who donates £5, says, random player, wild magic, what could go more wrong? Right? So, thanks so much, Skagger, for your wonderful donation. So if you guys don't know, then you can donate to affect our game in weird and wonderful ways. You can give players nat 1s, you can give players nat 20s, you can make them roll on the Wild Magic Surge, the D10,000 table of madness. So I'll put this here in chat. In fact, we now have a command. Oh, it's so great! Exclamation point D10K, and you can find the stuff there. So, random player, please roll. I will roll, in fact, a D3. And James is 1, Brian's 2, Dave's 3. So 2, Brian. Hey.
This is for you, Chad.
It could be totally good. You don't know.
Welcome back to the show, Brian. So this is how we welcome people back. Welcome back, Fluffy. So everyone's gender changed, and there's now a D10,000 wild magic. So
higher the better. More money.
So, oh boy, 9552 is the roll. 9552.
Okay, I do want to say that I have a friend of mine who does D&D as well. He has a Chaos Mage. I feel like that this D10,000 that rolls is perfect for him.
Okay.
And I'm just waiting for a Chaos Mage now to just come up
get
and be
him,
like,
You should tell him to come on the show sometime.
I might.
So, 9552. This says it reads nearest paladin, but we're just gonna say who's closest.
I'd probably be walking next to him.
Okay.
I haven't read what it is yet, so I'm just volunteering that now.
So you fear that you are the child of an angel and a demon.
What?
You fear that you are the child of an angel and a demon. Russell has had an epiphany at this moment. And as his gender changes, you realise that this is probably that you are the child of an angel and a demon in unholy matrimony, and that you are the offspring of this, and this is your final form.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a good day.
just turned
Right
into
then,
a gay man.
Let's go.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy. I guess so. I mean, you realise that this is potentially terrifying, potentially reassuring, because you don't know who mum and dad are. Maybe you could you want to go and find them. But these are your true-born parents.
No, I stop and I just have to process this information. Okay.
Your jimmies have definitely been rustled. You're right, Magic. So as this rustling continues, and you find yourself no longer to have any jimmies upon which to rustle yourself, you come across the witch's house, or supposedly the one which is, it looks pretty deserted from here. It's got a door on it. It looks kind of like shelled, basically. So it doesn't seem like there's much inside, but there is a door on the front of the house.
Are there 3 witches around a cauldron?
They don't appear to be because the door is closed.
Oh, okay. I thought they were toiling around.
Gentlemen,
They might toil in a minute.
obey your master. Collect me some firewood. And I point to a tree. And I point at them. And I point at a tree. Or I shall consume your soul.
Wow.
So, wait, are you asking us to collect wood for you?
Oh yeah.
Technically mistress, not master.
It's true. This is very busy.
It's been a very weird day.
I love how you were just walking along and none of you were stopped to talk about this. You're just like,
I think I've had a bigger epiphany in this.
Well, Vel, throughout the last adventures, is used to weirdness. I mean, he came back from hell, so it's like, what could be worse? What could be worse? But he's gonna look over and be like, well, why do I keep saying he when he's a she? She's gonna look over and be like, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going. She shuts up and just goes and kicks down the door.
alright, you want to
Okay.
roll me an athletics check to break down that door?
Yes.
Stymied by a door. It's a thing.
Alright.
Well, damn.
We'll see. We'll see.
So, yeah, not so much really. You try and crack it down, but you just basically you're not used to your new body and such. So it's not like you don't have the strength to do it, but you just don't have the coordination in your limbs yet to break down the door. You're just going all over the place, trying to find out your boundaries, I guess.
At this point, Vel's foot's just on the door, almost doing the splits, almost.
Well, while he does that, Bal is gonna look around to see if there's any firewood around, and then bends over really suggestively, and just grabs it, and then does the whatever that cliched movement. I don't know. I can't. I'm done. I'm done. Anyways, so he'll grab that piece of wood, and then she'll cast Eldritch Blast on a nearby tree to get more wood.
I quickly I whisper to you'd see Russell lean down and whisper something into Wordsworth's ear, and he just scampers off. And I say, "There's a good mortal." Now pile it up round the door. We're gonna cook him out.
Oh, good. It's gonna be
Vel's sorry.
It's gonna be the gingerbread house, but the reverse of that, the witch. Yeah.
As long as it's ethically sourced and contains the blood of mortals.
So I drop a stick at Russell's feet, and we're like, there you go. And then I walk around just getting more wood.
Russell or Russelina.
Russelina. I was thinking of that, but
goes and just kind of props some wood up against the edge of the hut.
Okay. Wordsworth comes back. A few minutes later.
Does he give me a? Does he give me? Actually, I can talk to him because I'm a
She.
name. I can talk. If I say, "Did you complete your task, little one?" And she can reply. I can understand her
She winks.
because I have a note of a forest name. You are a good fox. I pat her on the head.
I was like, do we need a fire?
Bear with me one moment. And I just look around. What's in the surrounding area other than the witch's hut?
Yeah, so I mean, you're like in the middle of a city, so there's other buildings around, there's a lot of people going to and fro, people like repairing their houses from the recent termite house killing episode, that sort of thing. Yeah, some traders probably further down the road.
Oh my. Well, light the fire.
Alright, so I grab my grimoire and I cast sacred flame, and I just like throw a bunch of sacred flames on the wood.
Okay then. You start a fire. It goes very quickly, just and it starts to take light. So you get a pretty good kind of pyre going fairly quickly over here.
Sweet. So now we wait.
Now we'll cook him out. Death to the heretics. I smile.
A few moments later, probably a few minutes later, the door opens, and these three very attractive-looking young men come out. And,
Billy.
They coming out. They've got all sorts of different like meats on this platter. Kind of like barbecue kind of food, but uncooked at this point. And they're coming out, and they just head on out towards these platters and say, "Oh, great! We're having a barbecue. That's great. Do you mind if we throw some meat on? You can share."
Can I see the meat? Is it the meat human meat, or is it animal meat?
It appears to be kind of like wings and legs and stuff of animals. Yeah.
Okay. But like, yeah, I'm in.
I actually ethically disagree with the consumption of animals, so I'm gonna have my good berries. I cast good berry. Eat my berry.
All right, looks fun.
I hold one over the barbecue briefly.
That real barbecue taste. That smoky good berry.
Barbecued good berry.
Like,
I eat one and pocket the other 9 for later. I feed one to Wordsworth as well. He's also a vegan.
What
It's
a
very
treat.
important.
She is also a vegan.
She is also sorry.
So-
I've misgendered her one too many times. there will be a Tumblr post later about this.
Oh, there will be. Yes.
I use the wrong
Sounds
pronouns.
like a threat, Brian. We don't want any of your Tumblr posts about the
Hey,
show.
I don't do any of that
Brian
stuff.
runs a very successful Tumblr page. If you're interested, guys.
Yes, I do. No, that ain't true.
I don't see the problem. We are breaking down the barriers of gender inequality. You know.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people who've been turned into pans. After this. Kick. So they just start like cooking food. It's like, oh, it's great to see you guys. Apparently there's some like witches nearby. Crazy. Haven't seen any around here though.
Yeah, crazy.
I give one of the not witches a look as if to just give them like a wink. What's their response?
He looks kind of back at you.
I give a thumb towards a bush, and I give another wink.
We need to have a PG warning now.
Yeah, I'm not safe here on this. Well, sorry, dude. I will go and check that. Just to remind you guys, this happened once earlier as well. If you donate in anything other than GBP, I know it autos to your own currency, which is just PayPal's end. But if you don't donate in GBP, I have to go and do this manually. So just let me know if that happens, and that will come through in just a few minutes. Tim, thanks. This guy, he's starting to just like get into this barbecue. Thanks so much to Arvel. He donates £7.96. He says equal rights D10,000 for the other two. Thanks, Arvel. I realise that it doesn't quite make the correct amount because euros and pounds or whatever. But let's just go ahead and honour it. So Dave and Brian, could you both roll me one D10,000? Thanks, Arvel.
Oh boy.
Yeah, sorry, gentleman and a scholar. So.
Oh, because I nicked his detail. Yeah.
Oh, wait, who hasn't D20?
Let's
Sorry.
see.
Oh, no, I haven't rolled it.
Who hasn't D10? Sorry.
I-
D10 first.
It was
Brian's
what?
had one already, isn't he?
I haven't rolled it. It's like Brian rolled it last time, but the
Yeah.
effect
I rolled the
me,
last.
so I don't know who's gonna roll.
I think it's the other two, so I guess me and
So me and you.
yeah.
Alright, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, yeah.
It's alright. It would just be the nearest other ranger. This is just the most convoluted table.
So I got 49.93.
1286.
Alright, one at a time. 49.93. Wow. Target can grip with 18 out of 0 strength. I see, I don't know anything about like weights and stuff.
I have no idea.
18 out of 0 strength. Maybe that's just an addition thing. You can now grip 18 times the strength of things that you normally could.
Very useful for the warlock.
Yes, you've got a real tight grip on that rod now. You're not going to be letting go of that rod anytime soon. In fact, some might say it's too tight a grip around the rod for a warlock. What's up, zombie?
It's a pretty good Knaerwood, you know.
Yeah, pretty good Knaerwood, so you can get a probably good grip on that Knaerwood there. So, Russell, what did you roll?
I got 1286.
1, 2, 8, 6. Okay, then. Caster is roasted by a huge magical explosion. Loses
Whoa.
32 hit points.
Wow!
What?
I am on 2 hit points.
Roasted. Roasted. Oh man.
Got roasted in the group chat.
Yeah, when you get roasted.
Wow.
What's up, Kinglet Crab? Not too much, my friend. We're just setting out on this adventure. There's 3 witches. There's been everyone in the city's been gender changed due to you guys in chat deciding in a viewer decision because we hit 2,900 followers. And now we're having an outdoor barbecue with these 3 gentlemen who have been gender swapped who definitely aren't witches. And also a huge roasting happens.
Holy crap.
Power of the anti-vegan gods strike down Russell as this barbecue. So all these like good meats are being cooked. You know, everyone's having a great time.
My berry.
He's just got like a very.
I feel like
I like to think it's my father.
Wait, go ahead, Dave.
Oh, I feel like there are some people singing like you don't make friends with salad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I do make friends, however, with King of the Crab. Welcome, my friends, to the adventure.
Oh.
You are a gentleman and a scholar, so thanks for following, dude.
Yay!
Yeah. That's just one. We're first step on the road to 3,000 there, guys. That's scary. Thanks so much to Arvo. Here's the rest. Thanks, Arvo. I appreciate that, my friend. You, of course, are a gentleman and a scholar. And sorry for that confusion there. So, that's.
Do either of you have healing spells?
Yeah, we just see Russell just like blow up in like in just a huge like fireball, basically.
Father, have I displeased you? I get up, I eat my 9 good breezes for the hit points value, and then I go over and the witch I was looking at, not witch though, I grab his meat and I shove it in my mouth. Make of that what you will.
Alright, so you take this.
And I also cast Cure Wounds on myself multiple times.
Cool, you take this man's tender meat, which is, you know, supple and just kind of coming off the bone, shove it in that mouth of yours, all the way down.
Oh, is it good?
Feels
is it
really
good?
good, man. Feels really good.
It's really juicy and, you know.
Yes, it's very succulent, very nice. It's better than any other, vegan food that you've ever had. In fact, it's just way better. It's just so much better, and you feel like an idiot for ever have been vegan.
I've just healed 28 back, but it's cost me most of my spell slots.
Nice. So, yeah.
Oh boy.
One of the guys from the
I
house.
gobble.
Wow, are you okay? What the hell happened there? That was weird.
That was my father. He's very displeased with me.
Who's your father?
I don't know how to pronounce his name in common, but I Oh wait, demon name generator, quick.
So you want a demon then?
It's alright, I'm getting it.
Oh,
I'm
you're
getting
looking
it.
for him.
His name is Yuzimor.
Right. Well, great. Well,
He's a demon of rage,
he doesn't
as you can see.
seem very happy with you.
I smile painfully.
Probably because you haven't been eating enough of his meat. Here, have some more.
I got one more.
He shoves some more of his meat into your mouth.
Another of the witches passes me their meat, and then I go.
Maturity at its best.
I'm playing with children.
This is. Do you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you feel about having asked me to be on the stream?
I mean, honestly, this isn't the weirdest it's gotten. It's it's been
Oh, you mean
some-
like episode 1?
Yeah. It's been some
Wait,
shenanigans.
109, I grab his meat and shove him.
Yep.
It's funny because like when kids play Dungeons and Dragons, they're just silly, and like their things are hilariously silly. Whereas adults playing D&D, there's always a penis joke.
Yeah. There's always
Oh,
a
yeah.
donga joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta be dongas, I find.
Oh my, this is the good stuff. Perhaps I should make a sacrifice for him.
Yeah, you can if you want.
And I look at the not witches and I respectively wink at them all.
As they're looking over you, just handing you their meat.
Just handling them.
And then they're like, yeah.
There's been no confusion of this matter so far in this session.
No one is confused. So they're like, right, do you want to, do the thing?
Oh yes, oh boy indeedy.
Oh, are you guys going in the bush? Is that where you guys are?
Yes, we are. All 4 of us for a moment. And I take one of them by the hand and wander and start walking towards the bush.
All right, so you go into the bush with them.
All 3 of them.
Yeah, and they're like,
Words with guns too.
what's going on with this? What's going on with this, like, these guys?
Well, it's a long story, but this morning I was a male, and then I went and got a job. Then I fought the class system, and then I discovered that I'm a lady, and my dad was a demon, and my mom was an angel.
I
and I
get the
need-
gender stuff. That's just Gary.
I see. Which one of you's Gary?
Oh, none of us are Gary. None of us are Gary. God, wish I was. And,
Sounds great.
Gary
It's a little snail.
is a great guy. But yeah, occasionally, like, he's been talking about this new spell which has been cooking up about gender reversal because he's just not happy in his body as a goat. And so he's been cooking this stuff up, and it's gone wrong. It looks like. So.
Well, I for one need sacrifices to appease my father. Those 2 mortals look delicious.
Oh, we can kill those guys if you want. Yeah. We
Can
do
you,
want to do it when, like, you've sorted out the Gary problem.
If I help Gary, will he consume their souls with me?
Almost certainly. Almost certainly. Gary he's big on the soul eating. You know?
Good. Okay, quick, make a lot of rustling. And I grab a branch and I rustle it as
Everyone rustles.
as everyone rustles fiercely. And then I nod and I step out the bush and I just brush myself off.
Right
then, mortals.
Ballerina is just like looks at the bush as like meat is dripping from her mouth and just goes back to eating.
We have a goat to find. These fine gentlemen need to find their pet goat, and we have volunteered our ethically sourced help.
Ethically.
Are we eating it?
I do not know. Are we eating it? And I turn around and look at the not witches.
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, maybe. Do you reckon goat tastes good?
Yes, it does. Vel. Vel almost chokes on some of the meat.
Oh no.
Oh. That did
That
not
was
come
is that the
out
noise that
the
Val
way
makes?
Oh my.
That did
Boy.
not come out the way I wanted it to.
So I finished the meat that I've consumed,
Yes.
and I turn to Russell and I'm like, "Where's the goat?"
I look to the witches.
Ah, the goat. He's up the mountain. You know how
I'll be.
mountains, some goats, everything. So you,
Go together.
yeah. So do you notice that conveniently placed mountain over there?
Oh,
Look, do I see a conveniently placed mountain?
It does look rather conveniently placed, actually. Now that you
nice.
look at it. Now that you look at it with like a trained eye, now that you thought about actually it's conveniently placed, you're like that actually is quite conveniently placed for the purposes of tonight. Yeah.
And that is a conveniently placed mountain.
Right? Crazy.
Very
you,
convenient.
Gary does this stuff all the time.
Are you coming with us?
We can do. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna like hang
Well, I
out
mean-
here for a little bit, but we can do.
Otherwise, we don't know what to do when we get there. And I mean, we wouldn't want that.
True.
Gary would be awfully disappointed.
True.
That is how, like, are we just joining the party together, or would we be together enough for Ball to be like, this seems really strange behavior from?
You only met me today,
Oh, okay.
like just now when we were in there.
I mean, you could roll me like an insight check because these guys, like, you were looking for witches, 3 witches, and then 3 guys come out of the house where they're meant to be witches. After the
Yeah.
big gender reversal spell.
Oop.
It's plot device mountain, yeah. A 17.
Perfect.
Oh god.
So you can roll like a deception if you want, James.
Sure, yeah.
Perfect number though, so it's gonna be a toughie. So what kind of warlock are you? King of the Crab asks if you're Fey, Demonic, or Eldritch.
Oh, I'm my elder is the Great Old One.
Nice.
Act. Sorry.
Of course.
I rolled a 16 on my deception.
Yeah. There's not much in it, but you can feel like maybe there's something like a little bit off about this.
I imagine it's like an awkward silence as we're like looking at each other, and I say, "Well, off we go. Wordsworth, lead the way." And I follow Wordsworth.
Sure. She sets off. The 3 guys follow you.
I will follow, and I'll stand back with Val, and I'll be like, "Hey, girl. So, we probably should watch out for the little gnome. There's something a little fishy going on. We might have to kill her."
Yeah,
we could-
probably. I
Well, I'm
mean,
just gonna go to the toilet for 60 seconds. My bladder is that of a child.
Understood. Things never change.
Vel's gonna nod and look back at Ballery. Be like, yeah, I think we may have to. But then again, I'm not sure because she's not too sure because looking at the handsome, pretty guys. Oh my god.
Well, have you been charmed by their?
Meat.
Well,
That's why I'm here, man.
well, Vel's gonna be like, well, the meat was really good. Oh, cut that out.
Keep it together, Brian. You got this, man.
The food was really good, and
It was free.
it was free. I mean, how can you not enjoy free food?
So now you don't want to kill her.
Oh no, I'll kill her for the
Oh,
money
okay. All right, okay, good, excellent.
because I want to get paid.
I pretend.
Yeah, so you have. It's not actually a joke. James actually stole his bladder from a child.
It's
Um,
much more gruesome than you'd imagine.
Yeah,
Oh,
really quite
Lord.
brutal. So, in the womb he stole it. His twin. Yeah, pretty grim. But that's the truth. So yeah, you guys are heading off to Plot Device Mountain or Goat Mountain.
Welcome.
And thank you so much to Star Canna Levert following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You are a gentleman and a scholar, so if you guys haven't followed for whatever reason, do hit that follow button and join us. We are here 5 nights a week, 9 shows a week. And we also have this 12-hour Warhammer Fantasy role-playing game stream happening.
For Sigma!
For Sigma, on...
Were you guys up to 9?
Hey?
You're up to 9 shows now?
9 shows, yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
crap!
Yep,
8
so...
last week.
Sunday, 2 shows on Sunday, 1 show on Monday, 2 shows on Tuesday, 2 shows on Wednesday, and 2 shows on Thursday. So,
Holy crap!
yep, pretty busy buddies. And we've got also a 24-hour stream happening later this month, the date of which is going to be revealed on Saturday's 12-hour stream. So, what's up, Zarek? How's it going, James? Haven't seen you in a while. So, different James, although too many Jameses. We all know who the best one is, Zarek. So,
It's true.
it's just undeniable fact. So yeah, you're heading off to this mountain, but it's a ways travelled there, and travel, of course, is boring. So let's make it more interesting and throw some random shit at you guys, which you can think up of. So let's do another round of travel mechanics. Let's keep the order the same, as to have James and then David and Brian.
Okay.
So the travelling is going to be like maybe a couple of days mountain. Days mountain.
I look like Irving's manager. I am your manager.
Hello. Get back to work, God damn it, Irving.
Dream.
You're supposed to be
You're
in.
fired.
The king of the crab just raised his banner of Nurgle, and I will smite him for it. Anyway, I digress. So I guess on the first day of travel, my true love came to me. I think I'm gonna lead the way. I'm gonna scout the way ahead. So I'm gonna roll a survival for that.
All right. Scout on ahead. Let's see what you find.
Skills survival.
Survival skills are useful.
We're at a 15.
A 15, you say? That's good. So as you're heading out, you scout ahead of the group, and you actually find a pack of rather voracious, we shall say,
Were-Beavers.
Were-Beavers. Actually, you read my
Nice.
mind. Jesus. Get out of here.
Because it's because of the termites, right? Like
Yeah,
this-
exactly. Yeah, the beavers, so it makes perfect sense. So they formed this dam, and it's actually going to block your path, and because the river's running down here as well, you're going to have to go either like a very long way round, or like somehow through this dam. And Dave, it's your turn. So you've scoured ahead, no doubt. You relay this information. You've got the beaver dam up ahead.
Oh, no beaver's gonna stop me. I'm Canadian, so F that noise.
There you go.
So I'm
Impervious to
gonna,
bad beavers.
we control them with our minds, actually, in our igloos.
There's 4 beavers here, am I right?
Oh.
No.
Oh look, we can mute James. There we go. Let's swiftly move away from that awful joke. So, Dave, what's happening?
So yeah, I'm gonna use my. I don't know. How big are like some of the logs on the dam? Are they giant, or are there like smaller ones that are?
There's some smaller ones there. The kind of base ones are bigger, then they get smaller as they go up.
So I'm gonna get my trusty mage hand out, and it's gonna like grab a bunch of the smaller logs and start like whipping them at the Were-Beavers, whilst also kind of weakening the integrity of it.
Cool. So what do you want to roll for that? What skill could you associate with such a task?
I don't know.
If you're like shaking them with your hands, it could be like an athletics, or if you're doing some magic, it could be arcana.
Sure, I'll do an arcana.
Okay.
Since I am using mage hand.
Yeah.
And need it to be quite deft handling.
Cool. So 21 is a definite success. So yeah, you start weakening some of these things. They look kind of almost ready to topple, but you need an extra little kind of push from this one. So Brian, it's Vel's turn. You're trying to get across this place, but you still need a little extra help. So what is Vel doing basically?
Well, I mean, she's definitely, looking to see what Ball is doing to try and weaken the structure. So I think for that, I don't know how would Joe be able to help out with that.
It's up to you, my friend. Guys, want some go to the party for some suggestions if you want some inspiration there.
Stand on it and jump up and down.
You know, that actually would work. Just, you know, that actually would probably work. Vel would rush in and start climbing and jumping on to from like log to log, just to try and, like, you know, in each jump push herself down to kind of, you know, push on the structure and weaken it there. So that'd be what, an acrobatics?
Yeah, acrobatics sounds good to me. Trying to keep your balance without falling down.
That's only success.
20, so that definitely works. So yeah, you just bounce on these logs, bouncing on the wood, and they just like begin to tumble down into the water, forming a perfect bridge upon which you guys can travel across. So we'll say that's like day one. You've got one more day's journey. You're coming to like the foot of this mountain. So James, topple around. What is occurring?
Cool. I'm so I guess as the as like the kind of trackery person, Russ was probably leading the way.
Yeah.
When I find his couch, there is. I'm gonna say we approach. So we're moving further up the mountain, and we actually find the nest of the pack of hungry Were-Beavers. And I'm going to use my animal handling to try and coax a number of them away from the path so the party can go past. So so basically I'm gonna take words with me, and I'm gonna go and sit like, so there's the path, and then there's the nest, and then there's a little way up the hill, and I'm gonna go and sit up the hill, and I'm gonna take a reed, and I'm gonna poke some holes in it, and I'm going to play the well-known, you learn this in Ranger School, the call of the Were-Beaver in C major.
Really?
Yeah. How my animal handling.
Like? Yeah. That's
And I rolled an 18.
Yeah, it clearly is the call of the Were-Beaver. And so you want to kind of well, go ahead and describe exactly what they do in response to your call.
So there's like the first Were-Beaver, he sticks his head out the top of the nest, and he kind of tentatively moves towards me. The second one sticks his head out, kind of copies the same, and more of them come out. There's maybe a dozen. They're kind of the size of a large dog, really, and they all kind of scamper around, and they're like encapsulated by this music. And I imagine seeing this, the party would take the opportunity to go further down the path. Can I try and tame one of these Were-Beavers to join my quest?
Sure.
What would you have me to roll?
Roll me an animal handling to tame a Were-Beaver. Because these are not easily tamed creatures.
I offer it a Goodberry as well. And I whisper.
It changes everything.
I whisper softly. Can I buff myself by casting talk to animals and like whispering softly in its ear?
Roll me the animal handling check.
Can I also roll a stealth
19.
check? Okay, never mind. Actually,
Okay.
I had a feeling something was going to go wrong. Yeah.
So on a 19, yeah, you can speak to this guy. So what do you say to him?
I say, "What is your name, O fairest of Were-Beavers?" I can speak to him. He can speak English.
No, he just does that for a while.
He just does that. Oh, okay.
He just does that for a while, and then he says, "Rosie."
Pleased to meet you, Rosie. No. Pleased to meet you, Rosie. I am Russell. Shake my hand.
Takes a hand. Take a look at the paw.
I have a quest of sorts that I might need your help with. Have you ever wanted to be an adventurer?
No.
Yes, you have. now you get to live that dream.
Okay.
Follow me. Wordsworth, show him the ropes. Show her the ropes. I'm sorry, my eyes are terrible.
Wow. Actually, on that note, I opened the door the other day, and I said hello, mate, and there's a woman. I was like, oh no.
I think mate's quite a agent.
I know, it was like a very kind of blokey mate. I thought like the way I said it was particularly kind of. Yeah, mate, sort of.
I use it. I don't discriminate, Will, unlike you. Hashtag Team James.
It's not a thing. That's never been a thing.
It is now. Hashtag Team James. Oh, it'll just be me. But
So, there you go.
so yeah, so Rosie the Were-Beaver squads up, I assume.
Yeah, she follows along.
Cool. Is she big enough for me to ride, given that she's like the size of a large dog?
Potentially. Depends if she'd let you ride her.
Rosie, would you mind if I rode you?
Well, I guess only for a little bit.
Thank you. And I mount Rosie and I stroke her on the head. And I whisper in her hair, if there's trouble, be ready to kill. And I stroke her some more.
Okay. Then.
As we're going along, I play the call of the Were-Beaver. And yeah.
Okay then.
Great success.
So David, what else happens as you acquire this Were-Beaver? If you've passed the Were-Beavers, you're coming up to the mountain at this point. What problems might you face trying to climb a mountain? I guess.
Well, like, what time of day would we?
I mean, it could be. I will say that it's high noon at this point, as you're traveling up here.
I just kind of want like a Western showdown right now to happen.
You can do. Let's say it's evening.
Okay, cool. So like as we're walking along this path, we see this kind of small town, and as we're walking right through kind of like the main street, and there's these two guys. These two women, and they are currently staring each other down with pistols or some sort of proximity of pistols, and as we walk, all of a sudden, like a countdown begins, and they're getting ready to fire at each other.
Okay. Thanks more for the host. So, cool. What do you want to? So you say you're watching them. Just do this.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like as we're walking, we're approaching them. This kind of high noon gunslinging battle is about to occur.
Okay. So yeah, you draw closer, and the two of them are like kind of just like watching each other, kind of like hand on, like by holster, but not like actually on it yet. So it's like whoever makes the first move, it's going to, you'll be. In fact, why don't you use this skill check to roll me a perception check?
All right.
The poor beaver. What have I done? Everyone here is level 5. Level 5.
Yeah. Not terrible.
So a natural 1 is not a success, by any means.
We are on a road.
Yeah. So yep, definitely on a road somewhere. So they go to you're not seeing who's going to go for their kind of pistol first or anything like that. And so as they go for their pistol, you don't notice them kind of simultaneously turn around at the same time towards you guys and start firing off their pistols towards you. It's a tarp. So why don't we have some? In fact, we'll use your guys' same initiatives. Let's just say that for the sakes of this. We've got rustling over there. Then we've got our friend Bullsack. Bullek, sorry.
I'm ballerina right now.
Ballerina, okay. And then we've got Vel. And I'll roll these guys' initiative. So it's a 17, the perfect number, casual. So let's just put them in the middle. So, gunslingers. So let's say that the turn order is Russell, Bullax, gunslingers, and then Vel. So top around Russell, there are 2 men with pistols attempting to shoot you both. Or you all, in fact.
The witches are still here, yeah?
The warlocks are trailing a bit behind at this point. You know, they like to stop and have some meat regularly.
Nice. I'm surprised I haven't stopped with them, to be fair. But,
Yeah.
Oh well.
They didn't let you in this time.
There's such a thing as too much.
Yeah, it's
And yeah, so
hard to
I,
walk after all that music. You know.
Now it's your time, Rosie, and I would gallop forward slightly and do basically do horse archery, but from the back of a Were-Beaver.
That sounds perfectly reasonable.
Strafe past, just ride past one of them and loose 2 arrows at them.
Hashtag just Were-Beaver things.
And I was like, well, Wordsworth, hide!
Wordsworth is in a bush somewhere with the warlocks.
And yeah, so I loose 2 arrows at the one on the right, if that makes any difference.
Alright then. Give me some rolls. The left and we'll call one of them right.
So the first one is a 12.
12 is not a hit, unfortunately.
Second one is a 14.
14 is a hit, and he said the one on the right, yeah?
Yeah, for 10 damage.
10 damage then, alright.
And actually that'll add D4 because I poisoned the first 3 arrows earlier, which is I paid for the thing. That's why I was missing
Poisoned
earlier.
them tips. Sometimes
Slash roll D4
When he
for another
gives
4
you-
damage.
when he
So
gives
that's
you the
14.
tip,
14 damage.
when he gives you the tip,
poison,
but
so-
it's poisoned.
Remember, kids, safety first.
Yep. Bullax, it's your turn.
So I've just seen Russell do some damage to one, but missed the other one, correct?
That's
Yeah.
right.
I hit the one on the right with an arrow.
All right, so I'm gonna follow up with a. Yeah, I'm gonna do some Eldritch blasting. I'm just like, we're just passing by. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, man.
How rude.
Who's
So I'm just gonna do a
pretty rude.
+8.
18.
So that's- Yeah.
So is this gets the guy on the right or the guy on the left?
This is gonna be the same one that
Okay.
that Russell hit.
Okay.
So I'm just going to. I don't know how to cast the spells. I don't know what to do.
What are you trying to do here?
I'm just trying to use I inputted spell thingies, and I'm trying to show.
Let's have a look. Your Bullax. So spellbook. Which one are you trying to cast?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. So you do cast spell, just like so. And there you go. So it creates.
No, that's not right.
No.
I didn't know.
No
I don't know
attack
what-
roll needed. I'm not sure.
It was well. The 18 was the attack roll, so
Okay. So two
so it's-
force damage.
it should be 2d10
Uh,
plus charisma modifier.
plus charisma modifier. Okay.
Yeah.
So oh yeah, you didn't. There we go. That's why. Let's cast that again just for damage. So 21 is a bit more like it.
That sounds more reasonable.
There we go. So 21 is of course some fairly tasty damage. Just until 35.
Hot and spicy meme.
Hot and spicy. Most tasteful damage as well.
And because it's force damage, I guess it'll get pushed back, or she'll get pushed back a bit.
Sure. Yeah. She'll be. In fact, these guys are gentlemen. And scholars. So yeah, she's gonna go. Well, he in fact is gonna like thrown back by the force of this crackling energy. But it's their turns. They're gonna turn their pistols towards the 3 of you guys and attempt to shoot. So let's see if they can create a hot and spicy meal of their own. So one shot goes towards the gnome on the Were-Beaver for 13 versus his armor class. Is that a hit, sire?
It is a miss.
Alright.
Class 16.
And the second shot goes straight towards the crackling energy lord. Edgelord. 19 against Bullax.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
Alright then, so you're gonna
Pretty
take.
hard spicy.
Yeah, pretty good. So this thing is more force than you're used to from like a normal projectile. So you're gonna take 9 damage. From it. And it just, tears into you. You've never seen weaponry like this before. Probably haven't seen technology like this.
They got eagles.
Clearly, yeah, got desert eagles. Yeah. A deagle whip you. So they've been head glitching for a long time now, and it's Vel's turn.
Oh my. So let's see. With this, I mean, I think it's still on, right? Yeah. Vel is going.
Good one, be.
Dang it! And I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Vel's gonna take one of his arrows and shoot it through his bow. I don't know why I worded it like that. He's gonna shoot at the one on the right.
Okie dokie.
15 hit?
15 for 12 piercing damage is a hit. You can describe to me how this man dies.
Okay.
He takes about 50 damage.
Well, pretty easily. He gets an arrow that doesn't just go into his skull, like right through his left eye. It goes just completely through his skull.
Nice.
So you got blood splattering right behind him, and his brain, the part of his brain that is contemplating, I just got shot through the skull. It pumps out that last bit of blood and oxygen before he just completely falls down, face down to the ground.
Nice. Thanks, I am Keith, for following. Piece of shit, Keith. I fucking dare you. What the fuck is this? What the fuck are you doing, Keith? Keith, go home, you're drunk. What the hell? I'm not even going to say it, Keith. You're not a gentleman scholar. Not after yesterday's performance.
Wow.
Jesus, Keith. What the hell is this?
I think you're a gentleman scholar, Keith.
You shouldn't. You really shouldn't.
Just pop hashtag Team James in the chat.
So
with that, I think I still got one more text, so I'm gonna shoot the other standing guy if he's still alive.
Sure. I'm pretty sure Keith has been followed. It's just done that thing where if you accidentally unfollow and then refollow, it does it again. So.
Yeah. 19 with the 12 piercing.
19 is a hit. 12 piercing. Ignore that. My fingerbed is pressing out. Doesn't know what it's doing. Personally, Keith, I can never forgive you, but maybe someone else can. Keith's been fired. So been fired from Dungeons and Dragons. So. That was Vel's turn. Top around, Russell. What are you up to, my friend?
Hello, chaps. Okay, so what will I do? This is a good question. Yeah, so
I will thank Irving Wolfen for following. Jesus fucking Christ, I hate you all.
keep following and unfollowing.
It's not funny, guys. It's not cool. I'll turn off the alerts.
It's both big and clever.
Turn off these alerts. I'll turn his car around, chat. I'll fucking turn his car around.
I want to go to Disneyland.
Well, you sit back there and you behave.
I want to see Mickey Mouse.
So I steer Rosie round in a sharp arc that only a Were-Beaver could perform. And
only by Were-Beavers.
Only by Were-Beavers. It's their specialty. And I loose the first arrow at what's her face?
Person.
Whoever this
person
person
shooting
is.
you with a pistol.
This genderless pistolier.
Yes. It's actually a pan. Just pings off the pan. Pong.
You're making a terrible mistake there, because you're mistaking gender identity and sexual orientation, which is actually...
Right off, James. So, you rolled 11.
I'm just saying it.
Well, now
thinking
you're
it
muted for life. So, 11 is not a hit, unfortunately, for James, and what a shame. He sacrificed the rest of his turn for the rest of eternity. It's Bullax's turn. What's that? I can't hear him at all. Russell, his turn is over. Bullax, it's yours.
I hit. I rolled it and I hit. I rolled a 19 and did 9 damage.
If only he did. If only he had a camera. He doesn't anymore. What a shame.
I will not be victimized. The host has asked me to start my. Well, maybe I don't want to start my video. This is what happens. This is what happens.
Everyone's swapped around in the spirit of gender swapping on the stream.
Oh, because we fucked around with the overlay.
All because of
This is the man that you trust with your entertainment.
If only you could hear this man.
Hashtag James.
There we go.
You can't silence the. You can't silence. You can't.
I can silence you forever. I will turn this car around. So I can sit back there and you behave. So
Dungeons and Dragons, Curse of the Muter.
Yep.
So I'll just try to cast Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
And yeah, that hits pretty well.
Okay, that's a pretty good hit. So 22 damage. I guess perform maths here. Okay.
The worst.
So you can describe to me a a near mortal blow.
So, I don't know if it was his friend or him who shot me, but I'm really pissed off. Like, you put like a nice hole in my new dress, and just like absolute livid. So like my hand just turns this like blackish silvery blue, and I just like literally whip it at him, and it almost appears like an actual whip, and just like slashes right across his face.
Nice. That's pretty awesome. So it's this guy's turn. He's gonna shoot directly back at Bullax. For a 15.
Pretty sure that hits.
Okay.
What is my armor class? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's way below that.
Well, have you chat banned me?
I don't know what you're talking about. It must have been one of the mods. You take 11 damage.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What's up, Amy?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. So you take 11, and it's Vel's turn.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Apparently I'm a Gwen now.
Yes.
He's gonna take another. He. Why do I keep saying he when I know he's a she? She's gonna take another arrow and take a shot at the guy here.
Okay.
11.
An 11 is not a hit, unfortunately for you.
Okay. Let's try for arrow number 2.
Now let's give it a go.
A 20. How did I get 24? An unnatural 24.
24. You got a +7 to that, so that's probably why.
Okay.
It's your hunter.
Yeah.
I am. And with a 9 piercing damage there.
Cool. So you can describe to me how you finish this one off as well.
With that, I'm going to be taking a bit of a reference to a song of the arrow pierces and goes through his heart. He's been shot through the heart, and I am to blame.
Wow. Okay then. So on that bombshell, combat is over. And
Hell hath no fury, just saying.
it's very true. Yeah, you guys have absolutely aced this.
You know what? Thank you for that, because as soon as the arrow hits him, for some odd reason, Succubus is just bursts out for a split second, singing "Shot Through the Heart."
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my.
So,
I turn to little Nomi, and I'm like, do you have any of those delicious berries? I seem to have been shot.
Why, of course, mortal. And I cast Goodberry, and I hand you a single berry.
Oh, you're so generous.
I give you, it was you for 1 hit point, man.
Thank you. Boop.
Boop.
All right. Onwards.
All right then.
I was just while we're here quickly.
Yeah.
When Wordsworth comes back, I drain the blood of these dead mortals into Wordsworth. I like cover him in it as a sacrifice to my father.
Ooh.
Through the catalyst that is Wordsworth, as he was obviously given to me by my father.
Can I take
Seems good.
one of their pistols?
Sure.
Should I give him to the Rangers?
No.
Don't. No, I wasn't joking. I was saying don't. We can't be trusted.
Oh yeah. Well, there's one other
I'll
one.
shoot.
So there's another one.
Yeah, I'll quickly grab the other pistol.
And
It's a gift from my father.
but I'll take all the ammunition from both of them.
Wordsworth, I've seen that hentai.
Yeah. So I cover Wordsworth in blood and feed him the blood of the mortals.
You cover Wordsworth in
Huh,
blood?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
how many
this
times?
is what my father demands.
Huh, man. Jeez.
You guys aren't 6th level vegans anymore. This is pretty sacrilege.
This is what Usamore demands of me. I don't know what you're talking about. This is ethically sourced.
ethically sourced blood.
And I smile. I remount Rosie. I also feed Rosie some of the blood.
Appreciate
only a
it.
little. And I mount back up and say, "Onwards, travelers. We
Alright
have
then.
work to do."
All right, I pocket my pistol. I make sure that I have a cool holster, and I just like make sure I got that going, and I kind of make like, the Western like wide hip walking.
Yeah. You practice like whipping out the pistol and
Yeah.
stuff like that, yeah.
And
That's it.
and all of a sudden I get this urge to try to like shoot at the side, be like. Then I realize that's totally stupid, and I put it away.
Yeah, at one point, Vel just pushes your hand away because you almost aim it at her, and she's like, "Don't point your gun at me. I see you looking at me."
All right.
So as you guys finish this encounter and starting to make your way up the mountain of Gary, I remind you guys in chat, if you haven't followed, do hit that follow button and join us. We're getting onto it's the road to 3,000 followers. If you haven't followed, do hit that follow button and join us tonight. We are here 5 nights a week. There are 9 shows. At some point there'll probably be 10. Because
I mean, they multiply.
yeah, they do. Like Were-Beavers, man. You gotta look out. If you haven't,
An infestation of
yeah, if you haven't tweeted, check out that retweet button I'm going to put there. Never 10 retweets. You guys get to decide anything which happens in our game. Previously, you decided that everyone in the world would swap gender because of a magical virus, and these guys are actually off to solve that problem right now. So
yes, of course we are.
Or make it
you are.
permanent.
No other purpose.
Or make it permanent. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are coming up the mountain. As she comes, you're coming around the mountain, isn't it? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're carrying
I mean-
you're carrying around this mountain. And heading up to it, and the warlocks, not witches, that you're with, are like, it's a pretty treacherous way up, and once we get to Gary, it might not be easy to convince him to change his whole stuff back, you know? And then there's also the other thing.
What
Oh,
other
yeah.
thing?
The other thing. It's okay. It's semantics.
Really?
And I wink back at the the not witches, the warlocks.
Mhm.
It's okay. We have a trusty Were-Beaver to take us up the mountain path. And I wink at Rosie. Does Rosie wink back? Onwards, faithful steed.
Alright then. Just
I
start going.
spur my Were-Beaver up the mountain.
Alright then, can you all roll me, as you're going up this very, very cold mountain, roll me
Survival?
survival checks, yeah.
I feel like Rosie needs to get a climbing check. I don't know. Do beavers know how to climb?
Rosie's a Were-Beaver. They are renowned for climbing.
Oh, okay. I forgot. I missed that in the lore.
Yeah, I haven't read that.
Yeah. Oh
backstory.
man, I hate it when players don't do their research.
Oh yeah.
So lazy. I got a 24 on my survival.
We'll be going
I
right
got.
to-
Whoa! I got 17.
Oh my
17,
god.
a perfect
No, I
number.
got 12.
You die.
Instantly
fall.
killed. A wild goat falls on you and you're murdered. So on a 24 and a 17, Borlex and Russell are fine, but Vel, unfortunately, he's not feeling so good. He isn't really useless condition, perhaps, and you don't have the right clothing. It gets very, very, very cold up here. And so as it starts to kind of freeze over and it starts to be snow, Vel, you're the first level of fatigue. No, of exhaustion.
Correct. This just spirals out of control.
So you're at half rolls on, I forgot what it is now. Disadvantage on all skill
I'll
checks?
look it up for you.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
disadvantage on ability
It is
check.
disadvantage on checks. We'll figure out which ones. Anyway, so, that's a sacrifice, not semantics. So, you're heading up this mountain. It's getting very, very cold. You see Vel starting to show kind of first signs of some like frostbite on his fingers.
Oh,
'cause
no.
he hasn't got any
I-
kind of.
I cast Sacred Flame and I put it on his
You
hands.
burn him alive. No. You.
The first level of exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay then.
Correct.
I just want to see if I have anything I can do to help.
I mean, yeah, you can start Sacred Flame that warm up for a bit. How long does that last though?
Well, Sacred Flame is instantaneous.
So it's
Unless you have something to like set fire to, I guess.
Yeah, I'll have to set fire to something.
Yeah.
set fire to him. It won't be called that way.
Does Rosie have any like wood that
I will kill you if you touch Rosie.
And
I don't know.
She doesn't have any like logs with her or anything. No, I mean.
She doesn't carry them. It's not a lumberjack.
Yeah.
well, I don't know.
She is
might have
okay.
wood in her mouth or something. Like
I mean, some
well, I
like
mean,
wet.
Certainly,
wood,
some of this party does.
some wet wood chips, perhaps,
hey,
but nothing.
we don't know what you did in that bush, so I don't know. That's
So yeah, you've got like
alive.
she's got some like wet wood chips in her mouth or something, but nothing really.
I don't know. Is there any like bushes around or something that's like?
Not really
that
up on the
could-
mountain. There's like some maybe some very sparse kind of bushes, perhaps.
So maybe I'll try to like light one that we can carry that might give off some heat for a little bit.
Okay. It's kind of
and-
a temporary solution to a more permanent problem, but it does kind of help Vel for a
Warms
bit.
the
As
cockles
does
of his house.
Timmy, tiny Timmy. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You are a tiny gentleman and scholar, but welcome, my friend, nonetheless, to it.
Welcome to it.
Welcome to this. Timmy, if you're really that tiny, then you might want to think again about watching this one. It's a
Yeah.
little bit nasty work. If you can don a party. Dong a party.
Oh.
Good night, King of the Crab. Thank you, my friend. We're here most nights, so do drop in. Most nights, and we'll be here. Sunday through Thursday. So yeah. And you said it's fire. You start heading up this mountain, and the warlocks, as you're traveling up here, like, right. So, I mean, what are you gonna do when we meet Gary? I mean, he's in charge of this whole like plague stuff and gender reversal stuff. I'm not sure if he's gonna be happy about, having to change it back.
Well, we can eat him, right?
Fuck's sake.
Sorry, that's mods. Just for some reason they just keep telling me, man. I really don't want to do.
Well, I mean, Gary is a wise and masterful leader. We should perhaps appeal to his good nature. Am I right? I smile at the Norwiches.
Right, yeah. Good nature. Yeah, of course. Why don't we think I'm wrong, guys?
But has this goat lived on this mountain for a very long time?
Yeah, for a while now. But I mean, like, the mountain only appears in like convenient times.
Oh, I see. It's one of those vanishing mountains.
Yeah,
Have you not heard of Plot Convenience Mountain?
yeah. Pretty common around here.
I'm new to
Be alive.
I just came out of my cave a couple of weeks ago. So.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to volunteer to talk to Gary.
No, you seem pretty good with meat, and you know Gary's like a goat, so that's kind of like meat.
I wink at him as seductively as possible.
Who did you wink at?
Was that Dave?
What? Who did you wink at?
Oh, the warlocks. Anyone really, though.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much anyone at this point.
Random
Doesn't matter.
winking.
I mean,
Just constantly blinking everyone.
has he got one false eye, so only blink with one eye? Yeah, I say, well, we'll decide when we get there. Perhaps he'll take a shining to me.
Vel's
I slur Rosie onwards.
Vel's gonna be looking over to you, Russell, and be like, "Well, you know what? Since you like to wink a lot, and you have that really good nature, and you know you have a way with words, I say you go talk to Gary." And Vel just giving you that smile while she's trying to. She's actually an idea I had was
freeze to death.
Well, I had an idea because she has a cloak that's basically made out of wolf fur, so she's gonna try it. So, as much as she doesn't want to damage it, she may try to cut holes into it and kind of wear it around like an actual coat instead of a cloak. See if that may try and give a brief amount of warmth.
Yeah, a brief amount of warmth for sure.
Yeah, or at least not freeze to death.
Yeah. So yeah, you can kind of wrap that around yourself, see if that does anything. Apparently, you're fairly near the tip of the mountain itself. Yeah. People actually messed it up, dude. They're like, right, we should. This is where he is, and we'll get ready. And so you head up to the very peak, the highest peak of the tallest mountain.
I don't think we've had a long rest since like yesterday.
Yeah, it's been like at least 2 days, I think, to travel. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll reset spells.
Yeah. So
Have we rested since we came from Western Town?
yeah, you'd have rested since you came from Knaerwood, definitely.
Probably all on full health.
Okay. Woohoo!
Yeah. So you come up here to the peak, and you can see all around you the clouds actually that you're kind of up in here, and then.
Is this
down below-
Parthenax?
Yeah, Parthenax is here.
He's not the MVP though. The Gary the Goat.
Annoying NPC. I have to give you plot.
I am the expert. What's the
Very
word?
slowly, Dovahkiin. I must explain.
I am the exposition dragon. Let me tell you, my fluff.
Let me tell you the shaky, tenuous plots.
Ooh, Sovereign.
So yeah. Anyway, there's no dragon up here, unfortunately, but there is a goat up here, and this goat turns as it sees you, as it kind of hears you crunching up on the snow. It's got a couple of big ram horns, probably just about normal goat size, but the goat has red eyes.
I hold Rosie by the and I say, Rosie. I cast speak with animals, which starts for 10 minutes. So I can talk to Gary. Even if obviously he probably speaks demonic anyway.
Classic Gary, alright.
I say, now Rosie, come with me. We're gonna go and meet Gary. And I lead Rosie forwards, and I stand with arms outstretched and say, Almighty Gary, I bring you an offering. And I just shoot, just shoot Rosie through the eyes.
Oh shit! Wow!
Coup de grace.
Wow!
Good lord!
There's no way she's coming back from this one, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
And I go to my knees before Gary and I say, Father, is it truly you?
I was just thinking, like, how many Gary the Goats have me and James encountered over the different courses of us DMing games?
One tried to kill Will in my Song of Ice and Fire game.
Yeah.
Gary the Goat, servant of the great other. On a servant of before, that she then resurrected.
Yep.
Okay.
Bizarrely. So yeah, Gary kind of.
Yeah, I say, Father, I bring you an offering. And I bow before him.
Yeah. And Gary says, "Good.
I have more offerings.
Yeah.
And the 2 juicy mortals, we shall feast upon them.
Good. And then I will change gender again. And
Oh,
then I will
my.
be the true gender bender."
Wow, that's not PC.
Oh,
He will be. He bends both time, space, and gender with his magic.
And she burns both time, space, and Tumblr.
And Tumblr.
Is that why there was like a TARDIS noise in the background?
Yeah, I heard like a
that was my
TARDIS
phone.
going. Okay.
My bad. That was my fault. Yeah.
As mine started singing, like randomly playing a song earlier. It's really weird. So he's like, "Son, I wish to bend all things to my will. Magic, mortals, gender."
The final frontier.
Yeah, it really is.
What would you have me do, Father?
I dare go where no one else. He says, "We must kill them
Very well.
for reasons."
And I roll I guess I'll roll initiative as I turn around and fire an arrow at them.
Alright, everybody roll some initiative.
Okay.
Wordsworth, to battle! No, Wordsworth, to battle! Witches, join us! Okay, rolling initiative.
Oh boy, you. Oh man.
It's not me on a one shot unless I've betrayed everyone for absolutely no reason. Consequences? What are they?
Oh, great! Fantastic.
Alright, so Bulloc's on a 5. Not looking
No,
so
what the
hot.
heck?
I'm on a 22.
Oh shit.
Dude.
You don't call me the jammiest man on earth for nothing.
One sec here. Roll.
I need to roll for Gary as well. Let's see how
Oh,
well
good lord, my
gas man is doing.
initiative.
What about the witches, man?
Aren't you a ranger? Isn't your initiative supposed to be like super crazy, Val?
Roll
That's-
the initiative modifier is the same as mine, then. He just rolled like. Rolled a 2.
6, damn.
How
Okay.
is that? Are the witches?
Yeah, we're on for these guys now.
Just checking. Because last time they fucked off.
Yeah,
Oh
they
yeah.
an 18. So
Yeah.
let's bring these guys over here. So the turn order for this combat is going to be Russell on a 22, the Warlocks on an 18,
God.
Gary on a 7, Vel on a 6, and then finally Borlax on a 5.
Yep.
Cool.
Well made.
As Borlax was rude earlier, I'm going to loose my last poisoned arrow at him.
I was rude earlier?
Well, you didn't
You
shake
were-
my hand.
Oh, that's true.
You wish you hadn't. You started this. You brought this on yourself.
Totally.
Oh my.
I'm sorry, mortals. Mortals, it's for the greater good. As I loose my arrow once I find my character sheet. So first arrow,
Okay.
does a 26 hit you?
No.
No.
Ooh.
And are you on full hit points at the moment?
I am right now. Yeah.
Cool. So now you take the 5 damage.
Alright, I can deal with that.
Does a 10 hit you?
It does not.
Then I miss with my second arrow. And I move behind Gary and say, "I've got your back, father."
So you move behind the very small goat.
I'm also very small, remember?
That's true.
I'm a gnome. I'm firing around the side. He's probably bigger than me.
Now,
I probably use Rosie's corpse for cover.
oh,
Too soon.
Oh,
soon.
wow.
too soon.
I take cover behind Rosie's corpse. And that's my turn.
Alright, then it's the Warlock's turn, and they're like, "Oh, this is a thing," and start to fire off their witcherous bolts towards, we shall say, we'll make 2 against Vel, and then 1 against Bullock. So,
Oh lord.
Vel, a nat 1 and a 13 versus your armor class.
Both miss.
Alright. And Borlax, a 13 versus your armor class.
That's my armor class, so it hits.
Oh, damn. So, you're gonna take a d10. Let's do. So, you're gonna take 10 damage as one of these guys shoots off a bolt and hits you with some black dark energy.
Great.
It's. What level is it? 1 million gold? No one knows because no one's reached there yet. But it is Gary's turn. No, there is no 1 million at this point. No worries, Irving. Have a good weekend, my friend. So,
See you later, Irving.
Gary is going to horn his way towards you. He just kind of lowers his horn towards Vel and unleashes between his kind of his horns comes out a bolt of red dark energy for only a 12 versus your armor class, Vel.
And it's also a miss.
Alright then, so it's Vel's turn.
Okay. Well, with that, let's see. Dodged how many attacks? 1, 2, 3 attacks.
Yep.
Time for Vel to make his own, and this time it is going straight towards Z Trader. So he is taking an aim and shooting straight towards you, Russell.
Okay then.
24 versus that armor class.
Cool, it's a hit.
Okay, so he does a little tumbling, rolling to avoid, and so as he tumbles, he manages to get his first arrow and shoot it at you. And then he's gonna quickly take his second arrow and turn to one of the witches. I'm assuming they're like in like a standing side by side each other, right?
Yeah, they're pretty close, yeah.
Okay, well then I'm gonna hit the one. I'm gonna shoot the witch or warlock in the middle there.
Cool.
Wow, damn.
9.
9.
Not a hit.
Okay. Well, at least I got a hit on Russell. That's the good part I wanted.
That's the good news.
I bleed for my master.
It's wow, weird. Who's also your dad? Weird. Borlax, it's your turn, my friend.
Okay, even though I had this, plan, like I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna turn on us. It's all gonna be okay. I didn't really expect it, so I'm pretty pissed off right now. So I'm gonna.
I will end your life.
So is it just Russell and Gary together, or all of them together?
Russell and Gary together, and
warlocks
then
are, like,
off in the
behind you.
side group of the warlocks are off there. Yeah.
Okay.
Solid 5v2. We do have a goat.
That's true.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Shatter, which is a 10-foot radius, 60 feet, and
Nice.
I'm gonna center it on Gary, and obviously that'll include Russell as well. Suspicious, yes, that was very suspicious.
Very suspicious.
That I don't know if that's the thing. Wait a second, let me just make sure my attack roll is what it.
10 for radius center of the Constitution
The roll
saving
looks
throw.
like it's not done.
0.
Wait, I don't know if my attack roll was what it was supposed to do.
You don't need to make an attack roll because the Constitution
Yeah, so
saving
it's just a
throw.
con saving throw of whatever.
Oh,
So
okay.
everyone
I'll work
make
out his. I need to work out your. I'll work out your.
everyone make a con saving throw, including Vel, because you're all within 60 feet.
No, it's 10.
no, it's
Oh, 10-foot radius. Oh, sorry.
On
Range.
Gary has a 10-foot radius from that.
Cool. So
I just-
Gary's gonna make a con save, and you can as well, James.
Who would you? We'd need the DC though.
Oh, 15.
This fucking teen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Fortunately, as a forest name, I get advantage on this.
What do you get? Why do you get
Advantage on because you get you have oh no, it's only intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Forget that. That would have been nice. I mean, yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Shut up, guys. What am I saving on? Con. Hashtag pray for James. 17.
Oh
Perfect
god.
number.
Turn up white.
Gary takes the 19 damage though. So that end of your turn, Alex.
I will move back more.
Good plan.
As far as I can get back.
Okay. So top of the round, Russell. It is your turn.
Cool. Oh, did I do the D4 damage for poison as well on Borlax?
But did you
With
miss?
the first arrow hit, the second one missed.
Let's go up and look.
First one hit with a 26, second one missed with a 10.
Oh
No,
yeah,
I don't
that's
think
right.
you did.
No,
No,
we
roll
didn't.
it. No.
Can I check my D4 on?
Oh, yep, let's do it now.
Cool. So that one goes on additional 4 damage, and then I'm going to shoot another 2 arrows at Borlax.
Oh great.
No, wait. Taking a 9 so far from that.
So there's a 13.
Which is a
Does
hit.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Cool, that does 11 because you're below full health now.
Great.
Lots of slayers coming in.
I'm very close to death.
Second arrow hits with a critical success.
Hey.
Does 15
Yeah,
damage.
I'm dead. I'm incapacitated.
Okay, so we see, we just see our friend Borlax just like get shot twice.
It's like.
The death in battle is the truest death. And I smile.
At the moment, magic. Let me look at the
I'm sorry, David.
highest level.
You're not sorry.
Highest level at the moment is
Didn't
200,000.
shake my hand. This is all because of that, I hope you realise.
The highest level at this point is 200,000, which is Tarask level. But they keep changing. I can keep adding more levels. There's no like cap or anything. So you go down. It's the Warlock's turn. They're going to turn on Vel. So you're going to take a 9, an 11, and a 12.
All missed.
All really, really bad rolls. So they fire 3 kind of...
Based Gary.
Why
Like
can't you
swords,
roll
yeah.
that for me? Like, jeez.
Yeah.
I rolled that and I'm jammy as shit.
It's Gary's turn. He's going to shoot you with his horns again for an 18, Vel. And as you take... just take
billion damage.
6 damage from this. It's less damaging than you actually think.
I don't
you
know.
might think.
Why is Gary the superior one in this relationship?
No clue.
Because he can change gender at will, and as you get hit by him, you change back into your male form.
Great.
That's
By the
why
way-
that's why he's a master in this relationship, because he can
Yep,
change
I
it back.
submit to his will.
Vel, it's your turn. You're back to yourself, but your friend has gone down. Things are looking grim.
He's got a lot of arrows in him. He's done well.
Yes. And unfortunately for Russell, since he was the one that made the killing blow, let's see here. 2 things before I even throw in attacks. I'm going to be doing a hunter's mark on Russell, and as well casting, and probably, actually I'm going to wait on this one until I see if I get a hit. So
Cool, is Hunter's Mark a bonus action?
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bonus action. So
What does it do?
Extra damage?
basically, I mark you, and any hits I have on you deals an
Yeah,
additional
it's a
1d6.
D6. Cool.
Yep. So firing my first arrow towards you, Russell. 22.
Cool. Hits for D6.
Okay.
6 plus
With which an additional d6
a total of 8.
is 8.
Cool.
Now with that as well, before I even fire my second shot, casting my second bonus action, which is unfortunately
Second bonus action.
ensnaring strike, which I believe I can do another bonus action. Can I?
No, if you've taken
Hunter's Mark is a bonus action, so you cast Hunter's Mark as your bonus action, and then your longbows.
you can take
your
your
Okay.
second attack at 5th level, being a ranger.
Right. Right. So I'd have to either move or do another attack.
No, you have to fire the second attack because you've already used your
Okay,
bonus action. So this is just all one action. So you
And
Right.
healing could have been a thing too.
Hush, babushka.
Eh,
No tears, only dreams.
Demolish me a second time.
yeah. I'm going to demolish you a second time here. So second attack. 24.
Cool.
12 damage.
Just 12. Yep.
with an additional 1d6.
Puts me,
Plus
puts me down to 1 hit point.
I don't know why that happened. Alright, so that's an additional 16 damage to you.
Alright then.
Nice. It's the top of the round.
That was Vel's turn. It's actually Borlax's turn. You can roll me a death saving throw, Ball.
Yep, will do. Wait, I just roll things?
You rolled a 17, the perfect number, so you got 1 success.
You ascend to godhood.
Yes, you become entirely Donga.
So, sorry, how does this work? I have to roll several...
You roll 3 successes before you roll 3 failures. A nat 20, you get up on 1 hit point. A nat 1, you counts as 2 failures.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Russell, it's the top of the round, and it's your turn.
My word, that was painful. And I cast.
Good.
I'm gonna cast a 2nd level cure wounds on myself.
Nice.
So it does 7 originally, and then another d8.
So you heal for a total of 11.
Yep, heals for 11, and then what do I have for the bonus action?
What you gonna do?
Oh, cool. I'm just gonna like. Can I try and fully obscure myself behind Rosie, given that she's like the size of a large dog and I'm a gnome?
You can try and take cover, but I mean it'd be a move action.
Cool. Yeah.
Bonus.
I mean, I'm already taking cover behind her. But can I like try and completely conceal myself?
Yeah, roll me like a stealth check. See if you can get your whole body in there.
24.
Yeah, you can get your whole body inside the cover. Inside the cover.
It sounds very like Tauntaun-esque.
Yeah, I get inside. I get inside Rosie.
Alright then, not for the first time, not for the last. Warlocks, it's their turn.
Actually, not for the first time as well.
That's why I made the joke.
This is not the first time you've been in a beaver?
Also
I'm
unrelated.
vetoing this conversation, so they're gonna...
That's Will's name is actually Rosie on
That's
the
what
wiki.
he calls me.
Hey-o.
How are there 40 people watching this?
Rosie.
You people have nothing better. I'm so sorry for wasting 3 hours of everyone's life.
Yes. 4 of us is us.
20 versus Vel, a 6 and an 8. So I'm guessing a 20 is the one that hits Vel.
Yeah, the one hits me.
Alright,
Yeah, the 20 hits me.
So D10 plus 2, you're taking 11 damage. Hit. Yeah, I know how I feel.
Hell of a noise.
Yeah, it's an interesting sound which you emitted then.
How much health have you got left, Vel?
34.
34 health left? How
Yeah,
much
'cause
damage have you taken?
You guys rolled carefully hitting him, not me. So.
Damn, right. What's your max HP? 51.
Well, that max is 51, yeah.
Bam. Alright.
Your con wants much higher than mine, that'll be why. Yeah, my max
so-
is 34 because I rolled pretty shit.
It's Gary's turn. He's going to unleash the horn on Vel
The horn of
once
hell in
again
that hand.
to rise into deep one last time. Taking a 15.
Give him the horn, fam.
Right on the, that'll
Right
be
on the money.
Yeah, bang on the AC.
Alright then, he's going to hit
Right.
you. This bolt isn't red, it's actually dark and black and insidious.
Ew, no.
I know. It's not good fun times. You take 12 damage.
Good lord!
As Gary Legoat is not happy with your sass whatsoever, and he decided that
You've been demolished, sir.
you sir have been absolutely wrecked. So yeah, that was Gary's turn. Now it is Vel's turn.
Good lord, I did not expect to take so much damage. So
Remember that, you know, you can flee the scene of the battle. You don't necessarily have to stay and fight. There's still an option open to you. Things are looking fairly grim. But then again, you've got your friend here. So
You will be shot.
that's
Don't
the
forget
thing.
that. I will kill you.
there's caution, the better part of valor. Who knows?
That's the thing. I'm actually considering: do I run or do I continue to fight?
Should I stay or should I go?
You're
Should I
dead.
stay?
No.
Power for Gary. And I stick my head up and smile at him, and then stick my head back down before he can see me.
I
Just
know
an arrow
someone.
flies over the top. Whoop.
Merciful Father. This has not gone well.
He's gonna take. Yeah, actually, I'm probably gonna do a little bit of a smart move of do a retreat. Vel's gonna be like, "I've been to hell once. I do not plan on going there again," and turns to leave, or at least try to run away. So, anything I need to roll on that to run?
If you're trying to run away, then it's an athletics checkaroo. Get yourself out there.
Let's do that athletics check. A 13?
Said with all the confidence of a man about to die.
13, you're starting to... 13! You're starting to run away, but you're not getting anywhere quick.
I say to Gary, would you like me to murder him, or would you like the honor?
And then Gary's like, show me, son, your power.
Cool. I fire. I stick my head up and fire too.
It's Bullax's turn first. He's got to take his...
sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot. I thought that counted as exiting combat. I do apologize. Please forgive
That's
me.
good.
Yeah. So thanks for not healing me again.
You're welcome.
I will heal you with death. It's the truest form of release.
So
Thank me in the
15
afterlife.
success.
Yeah, 15 is a success.
All right, cool. Well, I'm about to die, so.
Yep.
You may have a few more seconds of sweet, nourishing air.
At the topple around on 2 successful works. Russell, how many jimmies do you have, and how hard are you rustling them?
I'm rustling them vigorously, and I am going to fire 2 arrows at the retreating coward.
Wow.
Wow.
That's how you
Fighting
really
talk.
In feet, how far away from me is
Velorin.
Velorin?
32.7.
32.7. Bear with me one moment. I have a net, and I've failed to use up to this point.
Mage and Beta says, well, it's been fun. I got things I need to take care of. Have a great evening, and thanks for the last. Thanks, Mage. Glad you enjoyed your stay. We'll see you again another night, I'm sure. And take care there. Happy to provide.
No, I'm going to... All decisions.
All the decisions.
So you should take the net and like throw it on yourself.
Ah, what a good idea.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
No one would expect that at all.
No one suspects the self-snare.
Now I'm going to fire another 2 arrows at Velorin as he retreats.
Alright then, give me those rolls.
Oh,
yeah.
26,
Jesus.
which hits you for 9, and a 20 that hits you for 13.
13 on all in total.
13 and 9, 22 in total.
Jesus, you took me down. That brings me straight down to 0.
Yeah, well...
Are you proud of me, Daddy? And I go and stand next to him.
Yeah, guys, well done, son. You have served me well.
Shall we feast upon their remains?
He says, yes, but first we must turn them into worshippers of the way of the goat.
I drag with Wordsworth's help, I start dragging Rosie's corpse towards the 2 dead adventurers, and I kind of upend Rosie onto them respectively.
Wow. That's
I cover them in beaver blood. That's
that's
horrible euphemism. Jesus Christ.
Let's move away from him, move away. So yeah, you cover them in some blood. They are on this mountaintop, and Gary the Goat is standing there, and he's just standing above you, ready to dispense goat-based justice upon them. So I actually need to take a bio break right now, so I'm going to be gone for 20 seconds.
I'll host, Will. It's alright,
Hold
mate.
the fort.
Right.
Hold the fort. What's going to happen next? Do some hooks and plugs about Saturday.
And mute, James.
And yes, and
I'll hook and plug about Saturday. Can I also plug my Just Giving, because
Yeah.
I'm a good person. Okay, guys. So he's gone. We're free. So First things first, this Saturday we've got our 12-hour Warhammer Fantasy roleplay stream that starts at midday time in the UK. I think it's 4 or 7 or a number in the morning. It runs through for 12 hours. We will be we're playing the Ashes of Middenheim campaign, which probably some of you older roleplayers will remember. Certainly one of my favourite bits of Warhammer fluff. And yeah, so we're gonna be doing that. It's gonna be me, Exploding Dice, Will, and someone else. I know someone's playing a mercenary. I saw a character sheet, and then there's other shit happening. I don't know about any of that. I just show up every now and again. More importantly, or kind of less importantly, depends on your perspective on the world. I'm running a 10-mile race for a charity that I work for, known as MenCap, which some of you will have heard of, especially those of you who were there for the 12-hour stream when we first started, when we raised like 250 quid for them / cancer research. I'm doing a 10-mile run because we need to replace our minibus because it's fucked and really old. So if any of you have dispensable income that you want to give to a very good cause, because it's really, really important, because all of our stuff requires us to travel around. We look after adults with learning disabilities. I'm gonna put the I've put the Just Giving link in the chat. So if anyone wants to support a charity and watch me sweat in great detail, there you go.
Really well.
So yeah, I'm doing that. It's a very good charity. We look after adults with learning disabilities, and we use it to like get to our allotment and stuff.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, other than obviously, more importantly, we're playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. We've got, I think it's Skagger that's playing the Merc. We've got Exploding Dice as someone who hasn't made his character yet. I'm playing a Warrior Priest of Sigmar because I fucking love Warhammer. Do any of you guys want to plug anything? Is there anything you do? I think, David, you stream, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've started to stream a little bit of games and such.
Tell us about it.
I'm not doing it super.
He's back, hide the drugs!
Oh no! Ah!
David, finish your plug.
Yeah, so I stream random games at times. I'll be streaming Dark Souls 3 for a while because that shit is amazing. Yeah, come on by for fun gaming times.
Funsies. Cool.
Oh, and yeah, and it's at twitch.dwinick.
Just put it in the chat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It'll change soon to something more different.
Alright, so something more different. So yeah, you
Gary's
find
about to
yourselves-
ascend to goathood.
yeah, indeed, yeah.
Oh lord.
As you see this goat standing over you, well, you guys are unconscious, but as obviously his wonderful son, Russell, now returns to him.
It's true-born heir.
It's true, yeah. First of his bloodline. He kind of looks down at them, and then like his horns start to like glow with this dark red energy, and then he like the energy like grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, and then it zaps down into their bodies.
What a great noise.
Yeah. And if you, and in fact, Borlax, you return to male form as this happened.
So am I even
You're not
self-aware of
conscious.
this?
You're not conscious of this at this point.
Okay.
But as it's kind of food body, all you know is pain at this point. But as you come back up, as you kind of like your eyes actually open up, and you've got like goat vision.
Goat.
Yeah.
You know this immediately.
You immediately realise that you have goat vision, full-on goat vision, and you see a man standing before you, who is clearly like your father, Gary. Although to everyone else from the outside world, he does look like a goat. And he says, "My children, welcome back,
Daddy."
What does Gary look like to me? What is his? Does he look scarred?
Yeah,
at all?
you can now see him as in like full man form. He doesn't look scarred, no.
So he's not a scarred man.
He's not a scarred man, no. He looks like an elderly gentleman, with a walking stick, and some horns. He says, "Welcome back, children." And you guys are, completely like owned by Gary's dark magic at this point. But you're not aware of this, you know, you're in just like ecstasy at the fact that you're with your
Yeah.
dad.
How did Gary get me so early? At least I have an excuse now, as I was compelled by magic, not my own will at all.
Wow. He didn't do any of this shit to you.
Am I back to male now?
You're not actually, no. You've been blasted. You haven't been horn blasted by Gary yet.
Oh.
Okay. Father.
That's the euphemism, right? For
Horn blast. What would you have me do?
And he says, the scarred man. And he says, he is a friend of ours, an ally, and he wishes Knaerwood's demise. I would have you return there and work as my agents, dispensing goat-based justice wherever you go.
The best kind of justice there is. And I thought being a goat was just a disguise.
cheese? Goat cheese? What kind of justice are you talking about? I have no idea.
Most pleasant.
Oh, okay, the normal kind of.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And of course, if ever you get the chance to change gender from someone, then take it by the horns.
Of course, Father. As you wish.
Anything for you, Father. Speaking of which, and I'm like, do you wanna?
What?
Would you like to swap me back?
Oh,
I grab him by
you
the
were like
horn.
inviting
I
him.
grab him by the horn.
I was like, whoa.
As he said that we should.
Yeah. And
It's a loving
he
grab on
says,
the horn.
very well. And
With
he-
this,
And you are horn blasted. And you turn back
Oh boy!
to Maelthorn.
What a time to be alive.
Now, back to Knaerwood with you and tell Bjorn that all is well.
Very well.
Yes, Father.
Come on, guys, and I offer them arms to Link, even though I'm like down here, and I just grab their legs.
This is so fun.
Do we? Does anyone want to do anything before we go? Or shall we skip back to town?
Father has spoken. We should go back to Knaerwood.
We should go back to Knaerwood.
to Knaerwood.
Yay!
Yeah, we skip merrily.
Skipping merrily, skipping along down the mountain.
So you skip back to Bjorn's, all the way back to Bjorn's hut.
Do we have like goat jumping abilities? Like, do we
Yeah,
have-
let's say you can jump like a goat now. And you all have like new goatees.
My eyebrows were fake. I just wanna someone in the chat. Said.
And
Sorry, no, I got a bit sidetracked there.
Whoa.
so
Wow.
yeah, you head back to Bjorn's hut, and you kind of skip back in. And he says, "Well, welcome back. You all seem very chipper."
Oh yes.
Why, yes, we are. Everything is well. We have dealt with the witches.
Father said we did. I mean, the evil witch lord been destroyed.
I'm sorry about him. He took an awful knock to the head. He's fine.
I see.
We may need some more danger pay to cover the trouble we went to.
My head never hurt
Look.
so much.
Look, Velara's got filled full of arrows.
It's a flesh wound.
Of course it is.
Of course.
My hurt heads.
Is the bear not female? Well, they fixed the magic. You see, one way or another.
Is he a bear?
He's not actually a bear. He's a half-orc. He's a male half-orc.
Oh.
He's just known as the bear. But yeah, one way or the other, you have kind of stopped Gary's problem in that he needed sacrifices, which you gave him. And now
Plenty.
he's happy. Yeah, exactly. Now he's happy enough, or whatever's going on, whatever the fuck's happening with Gary, that he's changed everyone back. As you're going back in the city, you notice people are like, "Oh, we'll turn back."
Everyone
where's
looks
a
very
conveniently...
disappointed. You know, when you
Yeah.
have a really good night out, and then it's the end, and you're like, oh no.
Some of the guys are still like trying to grasp at things on their chest.
Yeah. They're like, where's the convenient place mountain gun? Man, I really like that one.
Go mountain.
Yeah, one
What conveniently
painter-
plays mountain? What?
Yeah, one painter is very upset.
You had one
Is it Bob Ross?
to go.
It's Bob, yeah.
He's just finished, like...
Yeah, and
Hello.
then you just see Bob just like go mad, and he just like tears the whole thing down. He's really quite triggered by the fact there's no mountains.
It's not Van Dyke Brown.
He later insists that there are no mistakes, only happy little accidents, but he's still pretty.
Yes, that's why he leaves on his suicide note.
Wow.
That was dark, Jesus.
So,
You
Bob
go to a
is
dark place really easily there, James.
way too soon for Bob Ross jokes.
Oh shit, Bob Ross is actually
Oh
dead.
wow.
Oh, did he really? Oh.
I think he's dead, but I don't think he killed himself.
No, Bob didn't.
Nice.
Okay. Let's move away from Bob.
Let's move away from-
Move away, yeah.
So,
He died in 1995, Will.
yeah, I know he died. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, I'm pretty sure.
Welcome to the Bob Ross podcast.
Welcome to the
Talk about all
10
things
facts
Bob.
about Bob Ross you didn't know.
He was an American painter. His show also, as well as in the USA, aired in Canada, Latin America.
Crazy. Bjorn says, well, I don't really do danger pay, but I'll still give you your fee. And he like hands you 500 gold each. Well, I'd say thank you very much, and if you have any lodgings and I can see to it, other than that, though, I'll call upon you if you're needed.
I really fancy some goat meat. Where can I get some?
Yeah, me too.
Down the restaurants, I suppose, down the pubs, they might serve some goat. I'm not really sure. The
Let's go,
conveniently placed
rats.
mountain appears to have gone, so...
It's thrown my orientation off. Come on, guys. I have an idea.
I don't know up from down now.
My reality has been shattered.
Immersion ruined. Alright, what are you
Yeah,
guys
I follow Russell.
Yeah, same. Just following up behind him.
Make sure I'm skipping.
We must destroy all restaurants that serve goat meat. We do this for our father.
Father, say so.
Alright then, so let's go around and see what you guys are doing with your weeks over episodes that we don't see you on in the future. So James, what is our friend Russell getting up to over the coming few weeks?
I mean, in the immediate future, Russell's going to be. First of all, he's gonna commit arson a couple of times to burn down anywhere that sells goat meat. Don't know about the others, but that's what I do, obviously.
Obviously.
Because how devoted they are to Gary. And yeah, I make some sacrifices. To him, and then I would be skulking around trying to find out information that might be useful to Father and the Scarred Man. And I guess when it comes to whatever happens with the Scarred Man, if I'm around, I'd definitely be involved, and me and Wordsworth would be backing up the Scarred Man.
Alright then.
I'm waiting for my moment to strike.
Yes, clearly. Bullax, what are you gonna be doing?
Yeah, I'll definitely be setting some fires around as well. Ain't no one gonna serve any goat on my watch. Like, F that noise.
No, it's this.
And probably just kind of find a nice cave or some sort of place that I cannot have to see anyone, just because there's too many people and they annoy me.
Understandable.
Wow.
Understandable, I feel the same way. So, finally, Vel, what are you getting up to? Dare I ask?
Dare you ask? Yes. Well, he's definitely gonna be looking up information on the Goat Man. He's also gonna be looking up some information on other stuff that kind of having a little few ideas going around in my head, but I'm not too sure probably reveal that in a later episode when I figure all that out. In the meantime, he's going to be looking up some information, looking up on the Scod man, and probably set one or two fires ablaze.
Nice. All right then, turning to the dark side. As we wrap up tonight's Woes of Knaerwood, gonna thank my players for
quite an odd session.
quite an odd session. I mean, I don't know if you've seen
Very
any
odd.
others.
I wonder why that happened.
Yeah.
I
thanks.
mean, I don't remember what caused it, but what I know it was great, and whoever came up with the idea was equally great, really.
Yeah. So thank you guys for staying with us for a full 6 hours of show tonight. We played Tinker's Tale episode 1 earlier with Lee and Trainsy and Askren. That was really, really good fun. And of course we continued Knaerwood, which is finishing next week on finale week on Encounter Roleplay. So we don't know next week. All of our regular shows are coming to their finales, and new ones will be starting, other than some of the afternoon shows that have just died these past few weeks. So we're not going to be here tomorrow. It's our one day off, so I'm going to take a break and do a bunch of prep work for our 12-hour stream on Saturday.
Slightly more serious.
Nice.
Yeah. This Saturday, slightly more serious roleplay happening in the Warhammer universe. We are playing the Ashes of Middenheim, and there's all sorts of terrible creatures going to be involved in this. So thank you guys for joining us today, and thanks again to Arvor, and to Skagith, and to Rem, and to Fnatic throughout the day for donating. Thank you guys, you are all gentlemen and scholars.
Thank you, chaps.
In my eyes, and as I say, we're going to be back on Saturday. But if you haven't gotten enough roleplay action, I'm going to go host Unmade Gaming in a bit. Our friend Mike, who you see on our regular Monday shows, is streaming Bound by Flame D&D session right now, so we're going to go show him some love over there. And when you go over to that chat, what you can do is you can do a hashtag encounter raid and some emote of your choice. And we'll go over into Mike's chat and spam him and give him a bunch of follows and show him some love, because he's got a great D&D channel and he's here every single week helping us out here on the channel. So let's go around before we go and host and do some final hooks and plugs. So James, got anything to plug?
Well, wouldn't you like to know? Nothing obviously, other than I'll be there on Saturday.
Yeah.
Possibly in the future. I started writing a Apocalypse World thing today. You never know. I don't know. Go to my Just Giving thing and donate for charity. Apart from that, love you all.
All right, Dave, you got a channel?
Yeah, I plugged it a little bit earlier when you were,
Fapping.
thinking about.
Yeah, I was having a quick fap. Yeah.
So yeah, just come on by there from time to time, and yeah, we'll have some gaming fun.
Awesome. And finally, Brian.
Oh yeah, I do lots of things. I stream, I do a whole bunch of other things, mainly videos on different sort of games. I'm currently playing XCOM 2, so if anybody wants to come in when I stream and you would like to have a soldier, because that's one thing I love about XCOM is you can make your own custom soldiers. If you like one, come up, I'll make one for you, or just send me a message and I will see what I can do.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks again, guys, for all the follows today. Thanks again for all the wonderful donations. Thanks again for all the support. We're going to be back on Saturday for our 12-hour stream, which, if you're wondering, starts at 7 a.m. in America. If you're in the Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I tried to do the time. I failed.
There you go, Lee.
Here is the time it is happening.
Shout out there. 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. EDT, or midday to midnight if you're over in the UK or in Europe. So we're going to go host Mike. Let me see that hashtag encounter raid in Mike's chat, so I'm going to spam his channel and go host that now. So thank you guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, try not to get your entire gender changed in the city because of some giant goat. Try not to betray your friends and hand them over to your goat father overlord. And of course, until next time, try not to roll too many nat ones, because we'll be here laughing when you do. Thanks again for a wonderful day of streaming. We're very close to our 3,000 follower dream, which is happening soon, so we'll see you again on Saturday. Hopefully we can make that happen very soon. Let's go into Mike's channel, let's give him some hashtag encounter raids and show him some love. Good night, everybody. Stay safe in the dungeon. Don't let Moldark touch you or change your gender. Good night.
Take care.
Hashtag Team James.
Good night.